What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tiege pack. Tiege makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tiege Hanley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tiege pack. Feel the Tiege, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels, and I love you guys. I think that you are the greatest audience on earth. I thank you for rocking out with me last night on Wednesday night on the Anton Daniels channel. I thank you for rocking out with me tonight on After Hours. And I thank you for rocking out with me every single day. Shout out to the chasers. I appreciate all of the bag chasers in the building. What up, chasers? How y'all feeling today? OG Rihanna, Brittany B hitting me with that early cash app. I appreciate you, my love. How y'all feeling today? Let me get one word. I'm going to need y'all to follow directions. Let's see if your direction following skills is lit. One word. How are you guys feeling today? What up, Charles Pride? Cartel's Cookies. Black Cobra says, how's it going today, Anton? It's going stellar. Stellar. Lovely says, Jazz Y. How's you get invested? All good. Inspired. Pissed. Roxy said, okay. Chased up. Feeling good, Anton. How are you? I'm feeling good, OG Rihanna. Fantastic. Awesome. Motivated, full focus, strong, frustrated. Amazing, said Miss Cloud. Rested, enthusiastic. All right, blessed, thankful, motivated, ecstatic, broke. I wonder who said broke. Let's see. Let's see if it's the usual suspect. Somebody say broke? Not broke. Good, hyped, gainful, refreshed, says Natalia K. Focused, invigorated, lit, amazing, high, paid, moving is whack. No, moving is fun. That's growth. Just made a lot of money, says K. Dre. Feeling amazing, says Tia Marie. Great workout, skin glowing, healthy, and hydrated. Yo, I've been working out every day too, but I work out in the afternoon. Super dusty, stressed, awesome, chasing a bag, marvelous, boxed in. Boxed in? What's good to the chasers? Empowered, says Miss Jennifer. Rich. We got to get that broke spirit up off of you, says Trap. Stressed, Connie? What you stressed over? Hopefully it's something good. Wavy. Oh, wee, says Island. Stylee. Beautiful, says Kenya from Cali. Rich in spirit, tax time, grimy, marvelous, feeling good, dope. Yeah, we got to get that dustiness off y'all. If you're a little dusty, we got to get that off of y'all. Listen, I said that I'm going to go ahead and keep a little bit of the gray in there until the end of the weekend. Why? Rita said blessed because y'all asked me to. I'm not feeling it. I'm not really liking it. I'm not feeling it. But we rocking out. Temporarily, I can't promise what's going to happen after this weekend. Y'all forcing my hand out here in these streets. Ari says motivated. Yeah, we getting to it. Y'all ready to get into the show? We're going to do it a little bit different. We just going to go rapid fire because I wanted to make time to break down some of the things that's going on out here in these streets, man, including Fani Willis. Well, not Fani Willis. Let's go Terrence Bradley. Ain't nothing like getting finessed over some text messages, but we going to get there. No, I can't be looking like Papa. Yeah, we gonna fix that up. We gonna get that together. Not Papa Anton. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, now that's what's gonna make me cut it. That's exactly what's gonna make me cut it. Yep. I used to call my dad that. I used to call my dad Papa. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, we're going to fix that this weekend. Y'all just confirmed it for me. Thank you, ladies, for confirming it for me. All right, let's get to it. All right. So we're going to do it a little bit differently because I want to make sure that we revisit Tiffany Henyard. Roland Martin apparently did a little bit of fact checking. And we got Fani. So we're going to get that. Mr. Lotta's in the building. We're going to read that shortly. Squatters, we want to attack that. We want to get back over to the migrant crisis because we didn't talk about it yesterday. I got a bonus check today. Oh my God. I was talking to my manager, right? And y'all know that my review was a little shaky, to say the least. She said, Anton, I see you've been more available online. I said, yes, I have, and yes, I will. They said, here's a $15,000 bonus. I said, oh, my God. How did I even find out that I had got a bonus today? Okay, so my daughter has a bank account. She got a Chime account, right, through me. And I have a portion of my direct deposit goes straight to her as an allowance. And so hers went through last night on a Wednesday, and she said, Dad, I got 2 deposits. I ain't going to tell y'all what it was for because then y'all going to be judging me. She said, Dad, I got 2 deposits. I said, send one of them back. That ain't for you. And then I went back and I looked at my stuff, and it said bonus check and then, the regular check, your regular biweekly. And I said, oh, my God, what is this for? So, I was talking to my manager this morning. She was like, yeah, we just want to reward you because we know that you're great. And so we started going over a particular project, and we were seeing how they was fumbling. She said, I know you about to do your thing and go in here and fix this. I said, yeah, I got a couple of ideas. We said, okay, cool. We just want to make sure that you're happy. How you going to be trying to make sure that I'm happy? I just got a shaky review. She said, so yeah, next year we're looking forward to giving you a huge bonus. I said, oh my God. It's hard to pass up a bag. Yeah, she sent it back to me. What do you mean, did I send it back to her? No, she got her allowance for the week and then she sent it back to me. Anybody that gets bonuses, you know that you get 2 different checks. So it'll be 2 different deposits. You know what I'm saying? So she's a good girl. She didn't try to finesse me or none of that. She was just like, yo, Dad, I got 2 different deposits in here for the same amount. It looks like you got a double deposit. And I was like, all right, just send one back. And she was cool with it. So we good, man. We good, dog. It's hard. It's hard to not get that extra amount, that extra income. It's like, why would I leave free money on the table? I can't leave free money on the table. I just can't do it. They love me too much. God said more for Anton and more for Jazz and more for Azriel and more for Mel Duke and more for Trap and more for Connie and more for the people that is holding me down, more for Mr. Lot, more for Florida Boy, more for every last person that is here. Listen, more for every last one of y'all. More, more, more. Blessings, 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 money, great relationships, success, love, a filled heart, peace, weight loss, all of the great blessings that you can possibly get in your life. Everything that you wish on somebody else that's good, let it come back to you 10 times over. More for Cartez, more for Al, more for True to Myself, more for your car, more for Spaces, Mary, every last one of y'all. Hopefully, God willing, it's according to your faith, but faith without works is dead, so you got to execute on that. More for Black Beauty, OG Rihanna, every single person that's watching this, Dr. Nikita Cloud, Kenya from Cali, Trini Life, Mary Alonzo, Tamra, Tam, shout out to Tam, Leslie, Sam the God, Ari Reed, Charles Pratt, MJ Avant. Yo, I pray blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings on Roxy and Miss Jennifer and everybody. Listen, Spaces, don't take it lightly. Larry Walker, Tam Renee, James Watts, don't take it lightly. See, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's wrong with people. Shout out to Jason McKinney. Every single person that's watching this, the car concierge. Let me tell you what's wrong with people is that they don't believe that it's real, and so they take it as a joke, which means that they forego their blessings because they don't then execute on the very thing that God is blessing them with. And so you got to take it serious. You got to take your life serious. You got to take your blessings serious. You got to take every single thing. Mo Better, Trini, every last one of y'all, Joshua. You going to have to take your blessing serious. Don't be here every day just existing, just to be able to kiki and haw. That's cute. We entertain. We go back and forth. We make sure that we add value into people's lives, but execute. Execute. How do you know that it's a real thing? How do you know that you actually believe it? Because you then execute on it. You can't just believe it and just sit there like a lump on a log. Execute on that junk. I see you, Shawnee. Execute. Go get that. Go get your blessings. Don't listen. When we talk bad about each other, we be all in. Ooh. Shout out to Antonio Watkins. Blessings for you, Jay Ben. When we talk bad about each other, we all in. Ooh, we gossip. Let me see who threw who under the bus. But when we say, hey, let's get these blessings off. I pray for you this morning. I want you to be successful. Blessings for all of y'all. Because anytime that I get a blessing, the thing that I go to God for, and this is the honest to God on everything truth. Every single time that I get a blessing, the first thing that I do is I fall on my knees, I praise God, and I say, but what about my people? What about the people that love me and hold me down? God, don't let me be blessed by myself. The last thing I say for every single live stream that I do is, listen, we don't want to be rich by ourselves. I don't want nothing by myself. That ain't no fun. I want us all to get it. This for all of us. And so let's just embrace the positivity just as much as we embrace all of the entertainment. We all in and we want to absorb everything that the devil give you when they talking about negativity. Somebody getting thrown out on their head, somebody getting evicted, somebody is fumbling, they lost their crib, getting your car repossessed. You all in on that, but then when we say God bless you, whatever it is that come back to me, let it come back to you 10 times over because it don't hurt me for you to get blessed. Then all of a sudden we want to kiki and haw. No, we going to take this serious. We got just as much energy for the positivity as we do for all of the entertainment that don't necessarily add value into our life. That's why I got to put the medicine in the candy, because I want you to still get something out of everything. Every single thing that we do. I wake up every day, every single day. 99% of the time, I'm excited every single day to come on here, and this is one of the best times of my day. I can't wait to kick it with my people on a regular basis. Can't wait to. I love y'all. I love y'all. It is so exciting. Can't wait to get to the studio so I can kick it with my people. I know y'all gonna have a good weekend. I know you gonna have a good weekend because you're gonna be intentional, you're gonna be focused, you're gonna have a good time, and you're gonna be in good energy. You're gonna be rested. Y'all gonna work out. You ain't gonna fumble no bags. You're gonna have a good time. You ain't gonna have to spend a lot of money to do it. And you're gonna come back on Monday after the weekend, and it ain't even a weekend yet. It ain't even Friday yet. You're gonna come back on Monday with more money than you had going into the weekend because we ain't fumbling no bags. I know you're gonna have a good weekend this weekend. Because I'm going to have a good one, and we going to be having a good one together. I know you're going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to you having a good time today, tomorrow, every single day. Listen, going forward, on February 29th and going forward, we no longer have bad days. Things is going to happen. It rains on the just and the unjust, but life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you react to it. We don't have bad days no more. We done with those. We've been through it. We learned the lesson. God, thank you for teaching us the lesson. Bless us to continue to go forth and be fruitful, multiplying, and then taking care of and magnifying every single thing that you do that's good for us. Let us magnify. Lord, we don't need to learn no more lessons. We learned the lessons. We good. We good. God, I'm as a 41-year-old man, I learned everything. I understand what you want. You don't need to show me. You don't need to show me no to go through it, to get to it. I got it. All you got to do is give me instruction. I'm obedient. Let me get the blessings. I take the blessings. Listen, struggle is for young people. And when I'm saying young, I'm not even talking about age. I'm talking about mentality. Struggling is for young people. You got to let them go through it, and that's why we want to put our kids and allow for them to fail in controlled environments so that they learn the lesson. Learning lessons is for young people. Blessings is for people that have already been through it. I'm seasoned. You see my beard, God? God, I don't need to go through no more of this nonsense. No more struggle, no more issues, no more problems. Let me be blessed, be fruitful, and let me have a good time. And I pray the same thing for y'all. I don't want y'all struggling. I don't want y'all going through stuff. I want y'all to be happy, healthy, loved, liked by all, and embracing the people that's going in the direction that you're going in. Real talk. I'm not for it. I'm not built for this struggle life. Struggling is dead. Struggling is dead. It's dead. Dead as a doorknob. I can't do nothing with no more struggle. Ooh, I be looking at struggle like, oh, that look like it hurt over there. Let me get away from that. I don't even want that spirit to be on me. I don't even want the spirit of struggle to be on me. God, take that cup far from thee. Let me read these super chats so we can get into the show. Shout out to Mike, that dude. I appreciate you for holding me down. Yeah. Shout out to Tia. God bless you. This gray is gone. I just feel so good every day. I don't know what's wrong with me. Every day I feel good. You know, I just woke up like I was so excited just to wake up this morning. And I looked around and I was like, God, this can't be life. No way you blessed me to be living this life. I don't care what happened tomorrow. Today, I'm thankful. I'm very, very thankful. You are so awesome. I was listening to I had my phone. I'm gonna get to it. Let me get my thoughts off real quick, y'all. We're gonna get to the show. I was listening to Canton Jones. Canton Jones is one of my favorite gospel artists, right? But he came on by accident because my gospel music is mixed in with all of the rest of the music. So I got Canton Jones, Coldplay, Jeezy, Sade, Nipsey Hussle, Tupac, J. Cole. I got everything. Literally everything is on my playlist, but mixed in with that is some Fred Hammond, some Canton Jones, some Shirley Caesar. You know, I got everything on my playlist. On my playlist, right? So I got Apple HomePods and stuff all through my house. So it's in the bedrooms, in the penthouse, right? It's in the bedrooms. It's in my regular house. It's in the kitchen. It's everywhere. I got home pods everywhere, right? And so my song came on, and it's Canton Jones, and it go, I give my life all to you. I don't know if y'all ever heard that song before. And then it just gets you going. That song, next thing you know, I'm just all over the place. And I'm like, man, this day can't be better. I woke up, the sun was shining. I threw on my playlist. The first thing that came on my phone was that Canton Jones, I give my life to you. And that junk had my spirit bubbling. And I was just in such a space that had me like, oh, man. I threw that, I had to stop it and I had to throw it on repeat 3 times because I was like, yo, I was excited about life, man. I was like, man, look at all of this that you made and blessed just for me to be able to exist in this space and time. You ain't have to do it, but you pre-planned for me to be here before you shaped the earth. Let me go ahead and get into the show. I'm sorry. I'm just full. Shout out to Brittany. Britt says, good morning, Anton. Can I get a congratulations? I just got the part-time position as mayor of Fort Wayne. It pays $300K every 6 months. 25 to 0. Shout out to my girl, Brittany. Oh, man. I just feel so good today. Mr. Locke came through in the building. Jesus Christ. More great news came in this morning, bro. Thank you for all of the info in the game. It's paying off well. Ain't that crazy, Mr. Locke? Because literally, I just was on a coaching call with you 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And I gave you some specific instructions. I said, listen, this is really what you need to do. And you're going to prolong it, but you're going to prolong your blessings if you don't execute on this. Here he come back Thursday. I talked to him Tuesday. Here he come back Thursday, and he says, I got more great news that came in this morning, bro. Thank you for all of the info in the game. It's paying off well. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. This real life, man. They can deny it. They can fight it, but the blessings is over here. I don't care what nobody say. We're going to get into the show, but I just got to give my guy another round of applause. And thank you for supporting the platform. Kenya from Cali says, blessings on blessings. Actions equal faith. That's a fact, though. J Dubs is in the building, says, I appreciate you, bro, and I appreciate you more. I appreciate you more. Thank you, my friend. Let's continue to rock out. Charles Pride in the building says, told you nobody doing it like this. Big ups to the Millionaire Morning Show. Bless ups to all. That's why they don't want me to get on no national platform, because they know I'm going to be praising God. We're going to be playing gospel music in the morning and jitting at the same time. Carmen says, have a blessed Thursday. You too, my love. You have a blessed life. Dizzy Rolf says, what up, AD? Why did Mace mention you on his IG post? What did I say on his IG post? Oh, my God. Here we go. What's up with Mace? You sure about that? Mason better. What IG post? I don't see no IG posts from Mace. Mace ain't really got no IG posts. You got to fill me in on that. Send it to me in my email, AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. Send it to me. I didn't see it. Maybe it's on another one. I don't see it. Sorry, my friend. But look, keep me posted, Dizzy. Keep me posted. Let me know what happened. Shout out to you. Asia says, sending peace and love. Thank you, my love. Sending peace and love back to you. Times 10. Pretty Boy 79 says, I need y'all to pray for my moms. God bless your mother. Lord, helping oversee her life, whatever it is that they dealing with and going through. Only you can be the intercessor. Intercede on their behalf. Give them peace, love, and healing. In Jesus' name, amen. Shout out to you, Pretty Boy. I appreciate you for holding me down, big dog. Thank you for supporting the platform. Blessings up for y'all. Chris Simmons says, just because of your unselfishness and your love for wanting the best for everyone, including yourself. Thank you for all of your, no, thank you for supporting the platform, big dog. I love y'all. Jacqueline Moore says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jack. Antonio Watkins says, shout out to the mayor of Fort Wayne. Jawan Hart says, the sound of blackness, optimistic. I love it. And then I got my dog Bitcoin Brown, just got that wire, says you lead us daily. AD, keep going, boss. We right here with you, chasing to that bag. Shout out to you, big dog. Y'all ready to get into the show? All right, we're going to do the show a little bit differently. We're not going to do quick hits. We're going to just get straight to it, all right? Because it's a lot that I want to get to. And I want to get into the meat and potatoes on all of these different things that we're talking about. First and foremost, Terrence Bradley. What the heck is wrong with Terrence Bradley? Am I missing something? Did I not see it? Did I not catch it? How you frolicking with the ops, Terrence? You see it? What do you see, Keisha? How you frolicking with the ops, Terrence? Terrence. I don't understand. I don't get it. Shout out to LaJohn Fields. Mace, the Mace post, he mentioned you in the caption. What are y'all talking about? Oh, snap. Shout out to Mace. Oh, snaps. Shout out to my dog Mace. Oh, this is so funny. Mace is the greatest, bro. Mace is the greatest. Shout out to Mace, supporting black media. Holding your boy down. I appreciate you, Mace. Support Mace. Mace is my guy. Let's get into the show. I'll get to that in a minute. Terrence Bradley, y'all. Shout out to your car. Shout out to everybody holding me down. Shout out to Love C. Terrence Bradley. I don't know how he got finesse, but we're going to get to it. Let's rock out.
Attorneys trying to get Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and her prosecutor Nathan Wade thrown off the Georgia election interference indictment were fed up with a witness called earlier in the week.
Hundreds of text messages between Terrence Bradley and a lawyer for one of Donald Trump's co-defendants. Really, they were going back and forth, and we are learning that for months these were happening before allegations of an improper relationship between Willis and Wade were even made.
So Bradley is Wade's former law partner, and he represented Wade during Wade's divorce. CNN obtained more than 400 text messages, which show Bradley for months pushed to keep himself out of this situation and stay anonymous. Just a few days before a motion for a conflict of interest was filed, Bradley told a lawyer that there was a relationship before Willis hired Wade. Bradley went back and forth with the defense attorney via text, but when he took the stand, he seemed rather uncomfortable and he backtracked on what he had told the defense attorney.
I do not recall any dates of when the relationship started. I'm telling you, I did not recall any specific date. At this time, I don't recall. At this time, I am telling you that I do not have the date.
Okay, so again, this is Nathan Bradley, or rather Terrence Bradley, and he also sent the defense attorney a list of several people he says have firsthand knowledge of when the relationship between Nathan Wade and Fani Willis actually began.
I couldn't believe it. You know, I'm sitting there on a live stream last night and I'm talking to my dog Quentin. Shout out to Quentin. And we having a conversation. And it's interesting that this man got caught up with the ops. And he over there pillow talking in text messages with a defense attorney, not even realizing that he talking to an op, thinking that he trying to get some box. Now, let me tell you something, black man. The one thing that you don't do, and two things is for certain, is you never, ever, in any situation, under no circumstance, sit there and talk about another man's situation, especially in a text message, with somebody else, especially a woman. Where we do that at? What did she promise this dude? What was she telling him? You never, under any, especially your homie. See, this is why I don't trust y'all. This is why I don't be trusting these dudes out here in these streets. Man, you up there telling everybody's business and talking about everybody's situation. You pillow talking with an op about a man that you allegedly represented in the divorce proceedings according to what you testified. And then he got on the stand and got grilled by her co-workers and was like, oh, no, I don't know. Dog, you don't remember what you sent in the text messages? Oh, we gonna get Quentin. I'm gonna get there, Quentin. Shout out to Quentin for alerting me to this. Good God. Let me bring you back to what he was saying on the stand, right? I want y'all to understand exactly what was being asked of him, because they already knew the answers to the questions that they was asking him. See, you operate with a whole level of confidence when you already know the answers. Did you buy the bottle of beer at 11:59? See, you know you messed up, right? Because they already knew what time you bought the bottle of beer.
Mr. Bradley, when you communicated with Miss Merchant, did you tell her any lies about Mr. Wade and Miss Willis's relationship?
Did I lie to Miss?
Now, you know a dude is about to lie the minute that they ask you, did I lie? Wait. Don't repeat the question to yourself. Did you lie? Did you buy a bottle of beer at 11:59? When a dude started looking like he can't see and the screen is right up next to him and they start doing like this. They might take a drink, a quick sip of some cold water, knowing that their life is about to change forever from right now. Now listen, Mr. Brown right here. I know his name is Terrence Bradley, but he looked just like Mr. Brown to me. Y'all don't know who Mr. Brown is? Y'all don't know who Mr. Brown is? Terrence looked just like Mr. Brown. All right, let me show you who Mr. Brown is. This is Mr. Brown. Hello? This is Mr. Brown. Every time I see Terrence, all I see is Mr. Brown. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I look at Terrence, all I see is Mr. Brown. Okay, so let's look at the difference. That ain't nothing but Mr. Brown. Y'all know who? How many cookies is this? That ain't nobody but Mr. Brown on the stand trying to. Now imagine Mr. Brown trying to finesse you out of your panties, and he willing to give you everything. Now you know that this man is willing to give you everything, all of the text messages, all of the tea, all of the relationship status, everything. Look at this man. That ain't nobody but Mr. Brown. Same haircut, same beard, same gray, same body style, same everything. That is Mr. Brown. Terrence, what was you doing on the stand? You know that you wasn't supposed to be pillow talking in the text messages to this woman. Let me ask you again. Are you a liar?
That's a simple question, Mr. Bradley. You're a lawyer. Did you lie to Miss Merchant when you told her facts about Mr. Wade and Miss Willis's relationship?
Stop
Not
pausing.
that I recall. I don't recall. I mentioned earlier that I speculated on some things. I've testified to what I did know, so I can't recall whether or not
Answer the question,
Mr. Bradley, speculation is kind of a weaselly lawyer word. Let's speak truth here. You're under oath.
Argumentative at this point, Your Honor. It's not asking relevant questions.
He is answering a relevant question.
Mr. Bradley, when you were communicating different details of the relationship between Miss Willis and Mr. Wade to Mrs. Merchant, did you lie to her about any of those details?
Objection, asked and answered twice.
I don't think he's answered it yet.
I don't recall ever whether any of it was a lie or not.
Well,
This time, so.
at the time you were communicating with Miss Merchant, you were still friends with Mr. Wade, correct?
Yes.
And at the time you were communicating with Miss Merchant, you knew that she was talking to you in her role and capacity as an attorney in this case, correct?
Correct.
And you knew that she was going to use that information to somehow benefit and file a motion benefit her client, correct?
I did not know that.
Okay,
So
see.
I did not. Oh, I'm sorry.
So as an attorney yourself, you are testifying here under oath that you had no idea what Miss Merchant was going to do with all the details that you were giving her about Wade and Willis's relationship.
So at the time, no, I did not. I knew that Miss Merchant was gathering information. That is correct.
Okay. And did you lie to her when you told her that the relationship began before 2021?
I don't think we need to drill into specifics. He's covered it at a high level. I don't think we're going to get much out of this.
No, let him ask the question.
Mr. Bradley, isn't it true
wrong
the
with
only
this
thing that
judge?
has really changed? Well, you were speaking to Miss Merchant, whether by text or by telephone. You never said to her that I don't remember or that I'm speculating, correct?
I don't recall.
Well, you've looked through a whole lot of text messages. Do you remember ever seeing any communication from you that said, I don't remember?
Yeah, through the messages that I don't have all the messages in front of me, but no, I don't recall if I ever said I don't remember.
Do you recall seeing any text messages where you replied to her or gave her details where you said, I am speculating about this detail?
No, I never used the word speculating, no.
And the only thing that's changed between then and now
Is that they showing the text
is
messages?
that phone call from Nathan Wade's friend, Gabe Banks, correct?
No, well, Gabe was my friend, and I actually stated that.
Answer the question,
first day
Mr.
that I
Brown.
was here was that I've known Gabe for a few years, and that we were not were, but we are fraternity brothers.
Not anymore. Listen, with brothers like these who need enemies, let's go over to Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly did, I think, in my opinion, probably a good job summarizing in a condensed format the details of what was really happening in these text messages. And then hopefully I can get the whole set of text messages by tomorrow, and then we can have us a little Friday bonfire on behalf of Mr. Brown.
I have here in front of me the texts. I've got 31 pages of the text messages sent between Ashley Merchant and Terrence Bradley. We've got them. We've got them right here. We're going to go through them together. Just got them. Obtained by our guest, Phil Holloway. I told you he was breaking big news in this case, and here he breaks it again right here on the Megyn Kelly Show. You heard a couple of them earlier discussed in this show, but we are going to go over them all in order as they happened. Not every single one, because there's 31 pages. We'll be here all day, but the relevant one. Again, these are some of the texts that Terrence Bradley is now claiming he was merely speculating about. You decide. We'll walk you through them. We'll let you decide. My team's been going crazy on this this morning in the past few minutes trying to get something in order here. The portion of text exchanges we received, we believe this is everything. We believe this is all texts between Merchant and Bradley. That's what we understand at this time. They show Merchant and Bradley texting as far back as September. Here's September 18th, where Merchant texts. Look at this. We're putting them on the board for you. You guys got to go to youtube.com/Megyn Kelly to sign up. You can watch all this live when it drops later today. Merchant texts, any idea who I could get an affidavit from on the affair? Bradley responds, no one would freely burn that bridge. We had heard her make reference to this back on February 15th at the hearing. We've never seen it. Merchant responds, okay. If Chris was asked under oath, would he know? Don't know who Chris is. Merchant is likely, though, talking about Wade's law partner, Chris Campbell. Bradley responds, no. Okay, so the question was, if Chris is asked, would he know? Bradley says, no. Merchant says, wow, I figured he would. I didn't expect them to be so careful. Bradley responds, he knows, but he won't admit it. I'm sorry, but...
Wow. Listen, not only did Mr. Brown lie under oath, not only did he give too much information in text messages to a white woman. I told y'all, when this thing first started taking off and I seen that Nathan Wade's ex-wife had a white woman lawyer, I said, ooh, that's a bulldog right there. If I ever need a lawyer, I'm getting me a white woman. There is nothing more vicious from a legal perspective than a white woman. They will get everything out of y'all. You know why? Because I know that y'all got an affinity for that milk of magnesia. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So not only did they get the messages, not only did he snitch on himself and he was pillow talking on his client and his homeboy, who he used to have a law firm with, he also snitched on his other homeboy and said, hey, he know too, but he not going to admit it. Ooh.
But this is not how someone who knows nothing about an affair sounds. It's like the guy, he's caught. Sorry. Like Nathan's caught, Fanny's caught, Terrance is caught giving it up. Ashley Merchant has been an honest broker from the beginning and was wrongfully smeared by Willis. Let's keep going, all right? January 5th, 2024. That's before Ashley Merchant filed her motion requesting that Wade and Willis and the entire DA's office be disqualified from further prosecuting this case. She texts, I assume you knew about the trips. Wow, oh wow. Insane. I'm shocked. And then she goes on, well, not really, but somewhat. And he writes, no, I didn't. When did it happen? She says, last trip was this summer, May or June. He says, no, I didn't know I was gone by then. Doesn't surprise me. This is the part we were just talking about. Doesn't surprise me. They took many trips to Florida, Texas. Again, that's new. We didn't know about that. And then she responds, and Napa. And he writes, California. And she writes, yep. And then he says, when she moved her daughter there. She responds, I can't believe they were so carefree. I'm trying to anticipate her response when I blow this up. And he says something about her daughter flunking out of a school, FAMU, and moving to California in defense.
So wait. Not only is he giving more details, but he also said that her daughter is in room 9. So her daughter, wait. Her daughter, Fani Willis's daughter, is also in room 9. Now, I know a lot. Shout out to Carrie. Now, I know a lot of y'all may not necessarily be familiar with room 9. But we going to start to unveil slowly exactly what room 9 means. We talk about room 9 on After Hours a little bit. And we also talk about it on the Anton Daniels channel. So you telling me not only are they taking all of these flings to every state in the United States of America, but the daughter is also on room 9? Oh, Jesus. You telling all of the business. Who needs enemies with a friend like this?
To the daughter, no idea whether that's true. Let's see that she goes on to say, dang, they had a full-on relationship. Insane, just insane. And he responds, he went to help her move her, meaning the daughter.
Ooh.
She responds, why she would hire him is insane. He writes, yes. He's admitting, I agree, it's insane she hired him. Why would it be insane to hire him if they weren't having an affair? He's saying...
Okay, so we got to explain to people exactly what room 9 is for them to understand. Okay, so we're going to use our context clues. The daughter flunked out of college, okay, according to Mr. Terrence Bradley. There you go, Mel Duke. So room 9 in elementary school was usually the room that's in between room 6 and room 14. Room 14 is the music room. Room 6 is for the accelerated students. Those are the students who could possibly get double promoted depending on whether or not their family or their mother and their father want them to skip a grade or not. Room 9 is the room that is next to the bathrooms. It's the closest to the bathrooms. When you walk past that room, none of those kids traverse during the hallways during the same time as all of the rest of the kids. Sometimes you walk through there and they got helmets on. They always get on the bus quicker. They get off quicker. They get off slower. They go on the bus before everybody else, all of the latchkey kids. They hit their heads against the wall. They don't go to different classes throughout the day. They all stay in that same room, but they go to the bathroom a lot. And so they got to be right in room 9, that's right next to the men's and the women's bathrooms or the kids' bathrooms, so that they can... I'm telling you the truth. It's not that you call it room 9. They were in room 9 because the room was the closest to the bathroom. It was in the middle of the hallway. Okay? So when I say, okay, well, her daughter was also in room 9, that means that she was probably flunking out of school, according to what Terrence Bradley said. All right? So here's the other part of the joke that people don't really get. And it's not really a joke, it's the truth. What I said on not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that, is that in elementary school, we was able to differentiate between the kids that needed a little bit extra help and the kids that was already up to par of where it is that they wanted to be in their reading levels and stuff, right? Now, here's the other side of it, right? Now that we grown and we adults, we can't tell the difference between the kids that was in room 9 and the people that was in room 14, the music room. Why? Because everybody got blended together, and we had the No Child Left Behind Act. And so then when the ladies, especially in our communities in a lot of instances, they start picking a man that they wanted to be their baby daddy, they wind up getting with the Neanderthal. They got with the guy that was Hulk smash. You know what I'm saying? And he was running and he was shooting basketballs and he could run people over on the football field. And that's who they got to get pregnant. But they didn't know that same guy that was room 9, because a lot of times, and this is actually a scientific thing that I read before. Roll with me here before we get back to this. What happens is, because you're missing some cognitive functions in this area of your life, you may have an acceleration in other areas. So let's just say, for example, oh man, he can't read that good, but he can run really fast. Room 9, okay? So a lot of times that's why they get with these athletes and stuff like that. And a lot of our women, they wind up getting pregnant by these guys. And then they didn't realize that, oh man, my child is a little bit off, or they don't read as fast, or how come everybody got ADHD? Because it was a segment of the population that was populating all the rest of the population. And that's what they made y'all all these single mothers. Now, when you come by as a good guy and you've been taking care of business and you went to college, you want to become an anesthesiologist or a software engineer or a lawyer or something like that, right? They come to you and they say, oh man, I want you to be my step baby daddy. I want you to come take care of my kid or whatever. Well, I'm not taking care of that kid. You go back to your room 9 man. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, a bunch of women Chris, you crazy. A bunch of women went and had children by guys that may or may not have been in room 9, but they had different cognitive functions that allowed for them to be maybe a little bit more athletic, but at the same time, they may not have been as intelligent. So when that guy wound up going broke, 2 or 3 years after he left the league, you still stuck with his child, and you trying to figure out how you can get him to make it into the league, because he can't read as good. His stand-up reading skills is a little different. So that's the idea. That's the premise behind what we talk about when we say room 9, okay? Basically, we're saying that it was a room of people that we all seen inside of elementary school a lot of times that then became a part of the general population, but we can't tell who was who because we can't refer back to their transcripts. We don't know what room they was in because we all adults now. Now, Terrence Bradley is telling the prosecutor that, hey, Fanny's daughter was maybe in room 9. Y'all get it now? Godfather said just because you flunked don't mean you slow. It don't mean that you're not slow either. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Don't mean that you're not slow. All right, let's continue.
Right here, they were having an affair when she hired him, which we knew. It was obvious. That's what the evidence has shown. And this is where the text we went over earlier comes in, which we'd only seen a portion of earlier, where she responds like, just date him. Don't hire him. And she says, do you think it started before she hired him? He responds, absolutely.
Jesus.
And then added, it started when she left the DA's office and was a judge in South Fulton, which we pointed out to you before was in 2019.
Jesus.
And then she liked that. And then he said they met at the municipal court CLE conference. She responded, that's what I figured when he was married. Then right after that comes the next text we went over. Is this accurate? It's literally 13 minutes later. She texts, is this accurate? Upon information and belief, Willis and Wade met while both were serving as magistrate judges and began a romantic relationship at that time. He responds, no, municipal court. She says, thank you. He says, listen to this. He says, but you can't put where they met. Not many people know that. I might be one of the only, not even Chris Campbell. Okay, I'm sorry. Again.
That boy just told everything. He gave timelines, dates, job descriptions, when, where, why, how. Nathan Wade got up there on the stand. I can't wait to put a compilation of this together when this whole testimony thing is done. Nathan Wade got up on the stand and said, hey, man, she was only hitting me up occasionally. I met her in 2019. I met her at a conference. She would hit me up occasionally because, you know how black people are. We trying to understand it wasn't many of us up there, so she would just tap in for some insight. No, nigga, she was coming in for that D. She was coming in to get that D. Yeah. So y'all just met, but y'all was just trying to figure it out. See, this is why women don't even need to be working. Oh, Anton, you so show. No, I'm not. Because all of y'all got work husbands. Keep on coming home talking about, oh no, we just professional. You ain't professional. You getting that D. I think that we should all be able to triangulate the text message location from where they sent to better understand exactly where y'all work husbands and y'all are on y'all lunch break. Keep on kissing in the hallway like you in high school. This man was having a whole marriage talking about, oh, we was just together for the kids. No, you was doing a whole thing and then lied on the stand and tried to act like, oh, no. We was just chilling. No, your homeboy gonna tell on you. See, it be the ones that's closest to you that's gonna blow your cover. It's the ones that's closest to you that's gonna blow your cover. That's why I don't deal with that. Nah, who? You about to go get a what? A job? Sit your butt home. See, we keep talking about 50-50. The reason why men used to pay for everything was because they knew that you was gonna be out there frolicking. They sat you home because they thought that you was gonna be out there in the factories, y'all out there in Amazon warehouses getting frolicked. Keep on throwing it back for a real one. We know what you're doing. At work, keep on doing overtime, but your check ain't ever reflecting it. My check short. I'm going to have to go and call HR and have them give me they ain't mess up on your check. Your time card is right. You out there frolicking. This is why, part of the reason why men ain't going, why they wasn't going 50-50 back in the day, because they wanted you home. But they didn't know that the milkman and the postman was coming to visit at the same time every day. You ain't never seen the milkman and the postman, but he keep coming back every single day on time, making sure that he gets your mail there right after you head out for work. I know what y'all doing. I know exactly what y'all got going on.
He doesn't want it to be obvious that he's the source. He's worried. He knows it doesn't look good for him to be sharing this information about Nathan Wade, with whom he has clearly had a falling out because he left the law firm. And we saw in the cross-examination that was done of him on Feb 15 or 16, they accused him of sexually assaulting either one person twice or two people. He denied it. Okay, we're going to get to that. But he's clearly helping counsel for the defense in this massive case against Trump and Michael Roman and the others, and he doesn't want to be outed. You can't put that in there where they met. Not many people know it. I might be one of the only ones, not even Chris Campbell. Okay, let's keep going. She says, I'm not. She also got stuff from the divorce lawyer. I got a ton of stuff. He says, like what else? Then he says, when will it drop? He's anticipating it, guys. He's anticipating
What
it.
did Nathan do? Did Nathan take his girl back in high school or something like that? Why he doing his homeboy so dirty? That's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. Of all the things that I can ask, because then think about it. Nathan Wade wound up asking the same dude that's snitching him out to some random white chick to represent him in his divorce. With friends like this, who need enemies?
When will it drop? He is screwed. He is so screwed. It's so obvious. The judge has access to all of this. He knows what we know. She says, Monday's my filing deadline. You won't be involved at all. Well, that turned out not to be true. He finally turned.
He thought that he was going to dodge it. Boy, don't you know that these white women lawyers don't have no loyalty to you? Man, they trying to win a case. You, Mr. Brown, are going on the stand. He was up there looking like a smoked sausage. Looking just like a overbloated smoked sausage up there looking like a fool. I can't recall. It's all speculative. When in the text messages you were saying, absolutely. Nathan must have took his girl back in the day. I know what happened.
Over his financial documents, which show he paid for Fanny's Delta flight. It has her name on it to California Napa vacation, and he paid for a Royal Caribbean cruise for them. This is Ashley Merchant finally realizing about all the trips. Blah, 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 blah. Then she asks him, this is January 5th, do you even talk to him anymore? And then she said, let's see, Fanny is the one in most trouble. She didn't get county approval to hire him. She's required by statute to do so. And he seems to be responding to, do you even talk to him anymore? No, I don't. That's also kind of interesting.
Beef.
Okay, then she says, I can send you a draft. I'm almost done with my motion. I can send you a draft. Can't wait to hear about your trip. And he says, okay, happy hunting, LOL.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, but there's like 180 between this person in these texts and the man we saw on the stand. Happy hunting. Don't identify me. Like offering ideas, volunteering information.
This is crazy.
It continues. Let's see.
When I first started covering this thing, when the Fani Willis thing first broke out, I was covering it on behalf of the fact that Trump was being unfairly prosecuted. But I said it. I said it on the very first episode months ago. I said, listen, y'all, this woman is dirty. She dirty, and we all can see it, but she going to get up there with her flip neck, and she going to have a bad attitude, and they going to always blame it on the system. They going to blame it on women. They going to blame it on black folks. They going to blame it on racism. I said it. I called it. I looked into the camera, and I said, listen, this woman is dirty. I know it. God told me. And it's going to come to the light. Every single thing that her bad attitude is doing is going to come to the light. We didn't know that it was going to be Nathan Wade's opt that used to be his former partner that also represented him in his divorce. I said that this woman was dirty. Dirty.
To your knowledge, has Nathan ever prosecuted a felony? I can't find a single one. Never in his life has he ever prosecuted a felony. She writes, that's what I found too. It's bad. He asks her, send a rough draft. He's asking her to send him the motion. Merchant responds, let's see. Okay, promise not to share it. I don't want it leaked before I file it. I protected you completely, by the way. He says, I promise he won't share it. They're working together. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Yes,
He's not doing anything wrong.
Yes, it is.
It's what this confirms is what we knew. He had information that was non-privileged from Nathan Wade. He felt more than comfortable sharing it. Maybe the two didn't get along. They haven't talked, he said, in a while. And he obviously wanted Ashley Merchant and the defense to know. He wanted them to know that this is the truth. This is before Wade and Willis have taken the stand to deny it under oath. Maybe Terrence Bradley's thinking they'll admit it under oath. He says to her they're going to deny it. One thing to deny it privately to a lawyer or to the press, quite another to do so under oath.
No, he is being unfairly prosecuted, Eric, because first of all, the person that determines whether or not they want to prosecute them based off of unsubstantiated evidence is the DA's office. She was the one that brought this in order to try to disqualify him based off of the fact that she didn't like him. It was all up to her discretion. And they was going to get rich and get paid and all frolic and be able to travel the country and the world on the behalf of the taxpayers while doing so. And it all blew up in their face. Yes, it is all fake. Yes, it is all bad. And it is dirty. She was the one that determined to file these charges in the first place. It's dirty. It does mean that. It's exactly that.
All right, let's keep going. She says, not that you needed protection, but I kept you out of it. Let me know your thoughts. Now, of course, she wants to keep him out of it. I got to have a glass of wine. This is a lot. But she can't keep him out of it. Ultimately, she's not going to be able to keep him out of it. Okay. Then he responds, this is about an hour and a half after she texted him the motion. He responds, I really appreciate you keeping me out, but I think you need to add me in. The footnote 15, because I had a contract as well. That way it doesn't seem like I was involved. And here it is.
So everybody was getting paid.
Here it is. This is the prelude to the text we went over where he said, add me to footnote 15 and how much I made. And she says, I took you out. I can add that back in. Good point. This is the prelude to the text we read you earlier, where he's saying, I appreciate you keeping me out, but you need to add me back into that footnote because I had a contract as well with the DA's office, he means. And that way it doesn't seem like I was involved. You guys all see it. You know what he's doing. He doesn't want it. Of course he doesn't want it out there that he was helping, but he was helping. Okay, keep going here.
Always an op somewhere.
She says, I took you out. I can add it back. Good point. Yes, add it back, he says. She says, anything else? Anything that isn't accurate? He says, looks good. We've been over that. She loved that. Looks good. How do you think they will respond? I'm trying to anticipate. He says, did you look at campaign contributions? I can't remember what we gave her when she was running. She says, good idea. And Sonia.
This dude is helping take his own homie down. And he also got paid inside of the office. Oh, Mr. Brown, don't do it to me, Mr. Brown.
And now, how will they react to this? She reiterates, attack me? Give the stupid no fear or favor speech? He says, no, they will deny it. They won't attack you. They're going to deny it. And she says, if they deny it, they will become public liars. Okay, let's see. I'm just reading here. 1/6/24. This is a lot of back and forth around 1/6/24. I am shocked she paid him so much. How did they think they wouldn't get caught? So careless. This is Ashley Merchant. Why not just not
She's
pay?
finessing the brakes off of Terrence Bradley. You could see the way that she framing the questions. I'm shocked with how much they get paid so much. Why did she not think that this was get caught? Come on, lawyer, man. You can't see that she's setting you up? You so blinded?
Hey, Nathan, Lord, Terrence Bradley, arrogance.
Oh, my God.
This is so telling. This is fascinating. I am shocked she paid him so much. How did they think they wouldn't get caught? So careless. Why not just not pay Nathan? Arrogance. Okay, moving on. Okay, she says, I may subpoena the detail. She seems to mean security detail, but wasn't sure if it would help much. Those guys know it all. Here's his response. This is 1/7/24, 12:12 p.m. Yes, but they changed. You need to subpoena their original detail and current detail. You really want the guys when she was initially elected. Now you tell me, audience, was she initially elected prior to hiring Nathan Wade? Yeah, she was. She was elected in 2020. Why would Terrence Bradley be saying you've got to get her original security detail she had back in 2020?
Because the security detail is the ones that can tell you that he was coming in and busting it open, because they would then have to tell the truth about what was happening, what they were securing. They were securing her secrets in her box. But security detail was the ones that's familiar with the fact that she was busting it open in 2019 and 2020 during the pandemic, 21, 22, 23. Ain't it convenient that they just recently broke up? And then she wanted, dog, they had a whole half of a decade relationship. And then we sitting in 2024 still having this conversation. They finesse the taxpayers. And don't nobody want to hold this wicked woman accountable. They still giving her a they just gave her an award at the church, at the bereaving, whatever that church was. Lord, we want you to look over Fani Willis. We know that no weapon formed against her will prosper. And she up there giving her speech. Now, God didn't say it wasn't going to be a weapon that wasn't going to be formed. It was only going to be no weapons that formed against me that was going to prosper. No, we going to prosper. We going to prosper. Listen, you will not live this down. You will not live this down. This is so evil, ugly, crooked, dirty. And guess what? They can't even blame the white man on this one. Can't even blame the white man. Can't blame the white man on this one. HWYTE.
You really want those guys. Why would he be saying that when she's saying, I've got to get the detail? Those guys know it all. If the affair wasn't going on in 2020 when she was initially elected. It's right here. The judge has this. He knows what we know. Terrence Bradley saw what Robin Yurty saw. This affair was going on for years.
Facts.
Prior to 2022, and these two lied.
Yep.
They took the stand and, in my very well-educated opinion, told lies under oath to this judge, to these lawyers, to Fulton County, to all of us.
Correct.
To all of us. He's divulging this with zero questioning by Ashley Merchant. She's not prompting him which detail? Tell me when. That's not what's happening here. All right, keeping going. Okay, other than security detail, she writes, can you think of anyone else who can confirm their romantic relationship? Obviously,
you don't even
leaving.
have to do no hard work. All you got to do is find you a black man that don't like you, that want to snitch on you, that's your frat brother, and he gonna throw you under the bus. You don't even got to do no hard work. They gonna tell you and point you to all of the dirt, the details. Don't you know that the majority of prosecutions come as a result of a snitch? So you benefited in the office. You hung out with him. You got money with him. Y'all was rocking out with each other. Apparently, he took the woman that you wanted. Maybe you wanted to bust down Fani, but he got to her first. So now you throwing him under the bus. You shouldn't even be talking. Shouldn't even be talking.
You and Chris out of the mix. Maybe her kids, other coworkers? He responds, her kids, yes. Where's the Mr. Maybe I need to pause here and show the audience, where's the SOT Deb where he's like, I only had one conversation about this. Do we have that cut? Only ever had. Okay, can I just want to play for you. I'm going to interject in the midst of these text messages what he was saying yesterday on the stand, which was literally, I only ever had one conversation with Nathan Wade, privileged or otherwise, only one, about his relationship with Fani. And now he's like, get the detail back in 2020. They're going to know it all. Discover a holistic wellness solution.
All right, we got enough here. There's enough. This is enough. He's not a snitch. With friends like this, who need enemies? EA33, that's how you rolling? Okay. All right. I agree. I don't know why Young Thug is not trying to figure out how he can finesse this also. Dizzy Roth says, it's in his post from yesterday. It's still up. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Mace. Shout out to Mason. See, they know who rocking out here. They know who cooking up in these streets. Krishawn Humphrey says, I got your back, big dog. Let me throw you the super sticker. Thank you, my friend. Let's see what else we got up in here. P. Shank is in the building, says, good morning, Anton Daniels. It was so difficult watching Bradley testify. He had me squinching my eyes. Don't trust him. Don't hire him. He a lawyer, and he a snake at the same time. He had his snake suit on yesterday. 091 Mega says, Mr. Brown was trying to motorboat them jugs. I don't know what she thought. I feel like she owe him. At the very least, that white woman owe him something. She owe him a... It's the Millionaire Morning Show. I can't talk about it. We'll talk about it tonight on After Hours. Ashton DeRoad says, I'm surprised Nathan didn't ask Terrance to shake his pockets to see how many silver coins he had. Those text messages just ended Terrance's career as a lawyer. Who would hire such a man? Good God. I wouldn't hire that dude to drive me down the street in an Uber. Pookie's friend Ray Ray says, I just used to drive the bus for Fanny's daughter's class. Was you going from room 9? Kay Cooper says, shout out to AD for keeping that gray in his beard. Oh, my God. I got to get it out. A.R. Smitty is in the building, says he may not be Mr. Brown, but he's a character for show. Oh, he Mr. Brown. He Mr. Brown. Biz says, I applaud whistleblowers. Get your back, Terrance. The Senate has been investigating Fanny for about a month now. Rod Jones is in the building, says he was jealous and got finessed by a white woman. It's the ones that you look out for are the ones that you have to look out for. Facts. No printer. All facts, baby. Eric Daniels, still on his liberal train, says, Anton, did Trump call the Georgia Secretary of State and ask him to find votes? Simple question. I don't know. I know one thing, he's being falsely prosecuted right now. 91 charges all trumped up by these people that was frolicking on American taxpayer dollars. Ken J says she committed perjury on the stand. She must be impeached. No, she didn't just commit perjury. She committed fraud. He wasn't even qualified to be able to prosecute this case. She circumvented the process in order to get him a bag because he was giving her that D. She's been countered. Oh, my God. David Simpson says, Fani, and we could have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that pesky white woman and black man. Yeah, he not a snitch. I agree. He not a snitch. He just a simp. He just a simp. He was volunteering information in order to try to get in with this white woman. He was volunteering information that she didn't even know. She didn't even ask for. She said, oh, man, you know anything else? He said, yeah, get the security detail from when she got elected. Not the current one, from when she got elected, too. With friends like that who need enemies. Let's continue. Tiffany Henyard. So we was watching Tiffany Henyard lie to our faces, and we were also disappointed with Roland Martin for not doing a thorough investigation and understanding the person that they then apparently brought on a platform. I don't know if it was for his producers. I don't know who got this woman on a platform yesterday, but we was disappointed in Roland because Roland wasn't doing what Roland usually does, and that's be a bulldog or a hamster. But Tiffany Henyard was on the stand yesterday with Roland Martin, and she was over there lying her face off, and all of us were sitting here and we reacted to it, but I said, wait a minute. Maybe Roland is going to come back and do the right thing. Then I look at this clip that pops up on my algorithm. I say, oh, well, let's review it together because I haven't seen it myself. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get to it.
All right, folks, last night on Roland Martin Unfiltered, I talked to the mayor of Dolton, Illinois, in an exclusive interview about a variety of allegations against her. She's got national attention.
Wait. Let me see something. Wait. Hold on, Anton. Please cover her Fani Congress hearing that man with CYA for all this mess when it hit the same. Oh, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Let's continue, y'all. We gotta understand what Roly is talking about. Let's get to it, y'all.
Critics out there with regards to how she's operated as the mayor of Dolton as well as the supervisor of Thornton Township. One of the issues we talked about was this charity, Tiffany Henyard Cares.
Can we back up for 1 second? Why is Roland Martin's green screen so bad? With all of this money that he getting and all of this production and this horribly designed studio that he got that got black people on the front of it on the left side for the Black Star Network. Are you telling me that this man cannot get a better green screen or a better camera or a better editor to fix this? You telling me that my studio was more productive than his studio? Come on, man.
Talked about was this charity.
Look at that green screen.
Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. Here's what I first asked her about the foundation. You have a charity that from the Attorney General's office. I understand they sent a cease and desist letter to your foundation.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm not crazy. I'm not
You have
deranged.
Tiffany Henyard Cares, your foundation. So the Attorney General's office hasn't reached out to you regarding your foundation?
So I want to set the record straight. I don't have a foundation. I am a supporter of anybody that's struggling with cancer. My mom had breast cancer, and I'm always push anybody that has that. If someone uses my name to push their charity, or if you say this is Tiffany t-shirt, people gonna buy it. Because right now I'm considered what? Clickbait. People make money off of my name by views. So you just say my name.
You don't have a, you say you don't have a foundation.
I do not. And that's why I tell everybody, go do your research. I'm not on anything.
I need Roland. I need Roland to invest in his platform. I know you getting money over there, Roland. I know you getting money over there, Roland. Put some money in your platform, big dog. Let's continue. Let's not get distracted, y'all.
Followed that up a little bit later in the interview with this. So I'd asked you before we went to the break. I talked about again this charity and the Illinois Attorney General's office. This is from CBS affiliate there. Says that the accusation comes at the same time the Illinois Attorney General's office told Henyard's charity multiple times in recent months to stop improperly soliciting donations because it had not registered with the state as required by law. And you said that's not your charity.
Correct.
Okay. So were you ever? So show the video here. 'Cause I'm trying to understand this here. So this is a video of you marching with the charity. So what is this?
So what they're not telling you is we literally walked to Springfield to create a bill to help anybody that suffered from cancer, whether it's the village of Dalton.
What is these mysterious days? What they not telling you? Who are these mysterious days?
Township, and then I increased it to the state of Illinois. And that bill will help people by giving them $10,000. And that's a bill that we actually are initiating, and we're still working on it. When I went through the Republican states, the Republican areas, we didn't have any issue. Everybody was on board because everybody is suffering from cancer or know someone that passed or is actually going through it. So that was the whole purpose of the walk, to basically bring awareness and bring people together. That's what the whole purpose of it is.
But if you had, so there were folks with signs saying Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. Who was that?
What do you mean? It's everybody. Everybody was there.
No. What I'm saying is, what is the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation? You said it's not affiliated with you at all.
Correct.
Well, what is it?
So someone made up a foundation. They named it after me, and they like my work that I do in the community, and it's called Tiffany Henyard Cares. So we all went.
But they weren't registered. Have you contacted them and told them you can't use my name improperly?
Well, my lawyer's handling a lot of that stuff, so all I can tell you is that I'm not the one on anything. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. So I'm just trying to answer to the best
So you're saying there's a foundation that's not registered, but it has nothing to do with you?
Correct. That's true.
Okay.
That's
so
true.
you're not aware of any of the work that they've done, money that they've raised, anything along those lines?
Correct.
Okay.
Y'all know that that's
Okay.
a lie.
So she said in the interview that the foundation was not hers. This is from a council meeting.
I'm doing and I'm really, really big on, that's dear to my heart, is I'm real big on a cancer foundation. I have created Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. And
That was fast. That was fast. That didn't take any times. I have created the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. She sat up there. I don't know if these people realize that they be on camera saying stuff and then they come back, or maybe they just say stuff so much that they start to believe the thing that they're saying. That was quick. I mean, we all know. Come on. This wasn't hard to figure out. This was not hard to figure out. We all knew and we all seen a lot of this before. This is not hard to figure out. The woman sat up there and lied to our face on a live stream with Roland Martin about the fact that she knew nothing about this foundation that was named after her.
what that entails is helping everybody with the Henyard on a cancer foundation. I have created Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation, and what that entails is helping everybody within the 17 municipalities with services such as well services and resources, such as if you need help paying for chemo, radiation, your medicine, your wigs, your prosthetic, your breasts, things of that nature, even helping you with housing. Because I know firsthand how that feels to just not have help when my mom had breast cancer. So I want to make sure that I put that out there to the public and to everybody, that it goes to any 17 municipality. You cannot live in Chicago to benefit from this foundation. It's strictly for people that live in the 17 communities. We are doing a cancer walk October 4th, and how this room was filled. I will hope you guys will come out for that cause. We will start right at Food for Less parking lot, and we will walk west going across the Unity Bridge, and we will walk 15 miles. So anybody that's up for the challenge or that feel they can make it, please show up. You can walk, ride, or drive. And yes, we got bikes. We have motorcycle clubs. We have all kinds of people that is joining us in this movement.
This woman is crazy.
Because you never know when you need this resource as well. So always be about the cause. Last but not least, even though I know we got another meeting, the kids' Halloween dance party will be Sunday, October.
This woman is crazy.
So now I'm confused. In that video, in a council meeting, and I'm about to play the intro again, Mayor Henyard says, I have created a foundation. Press play.
Doing and I'm really, really big on, that's dear to my heart, is I'm real Henyard.
We pulled the article of incorporation. Pull it up. Now, when I asked her about this, she said, someone made up a foundation. Okay, someone. Here's the problem. The registered agent of the foundation is a Keith Freeman.
We already knew that.
Keith Freeman works for the city of Dalton.
Right next to Tiffany Henyard.
If you look at the boards of the directors, there are 5 people. Kamal Woods, Pamela Earhart, Carmen Carlisle, William Moore, Cheryl Schranz, S-C-H-R-A-N-Z. Earlier today,
I know, Patrick. I'm familiar with all of it.
I sent emails to Carmen Carlisle, who is listed as an assistant to Mayor Henyard for the city of Dalton. I sent an email to William Moore, who's listed as head of housing for the city of Dalton. So now I'm confused. Then I pulled additional information. Cheryl Schranz apparently is a vendor of the city of Dalton.
It's all a racket.
And she has the tow yard contract for the city of Dalton.
It's all a racket. All a racket. So the same people that's a part of what it is that you're putting together from a foundation perspective, which we already familiar that the money that you're giving out is not your money, even though you label it as your money, but it's money that's designated and allocated for the homeless and the poor and for food and pantries and all of this stuff. But you use it to promote yourself, right? And I don't know why he's so slow. But the same people who getting these contracts as getting paid as vendors from the city as a part of this $30 million budget is your homegirls and your homeboys. So everybody is finessing the taxpayers, but the taxpayers is still supporting her, right? And she guaranteed, listen, she said it yesterday, and I bust out laughing, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. She sat there and she guaranteed, she said, listen, not only am I winning, but I'm going to win again, and I'm going to get reelected again.
Again, this is where I'm confused. So, I also sent an email to James Farrell, who is the head of communications for the city of Dalton.
I got to speed this up because he be
asking,
talking
are
slow.
Dalton city employees listed below involved in the Henyard Cares Foundation board? No response. Moore didn't respond. Carlisle didn't respond. Keith Freeman didn't respond. I did send an email with these questions to the PR staff for Mayor Henyard, and pull up their response, please. This is a statement attributed to Mayor Henyard. Pull it up. I recognize there are questions surrounding my association with the Tiffany Cares Foundation. Allow me to clarify. While the foundation's purpose deeply resonates with me due to personal experiences witnessing my mother's battle with cancer, I want to emphasize that I have never held a position on its board, nor am I involved in its daily operations. My connection stems from a sincere dedication to serving my community, particularly those confronting similar challenges. It's important to note that while my likeness is being used for the cause, I am not in an authority or operative position within the organization. My commitment remains steadfast to residents of Illinois and my mission to advocate for their health and wellness. Okay, I get that. But here's what I'm trying to understand. The mayor says, I'm not involved in his operation. I have no position. According to the articles of incorporation, she's correct. But the 5 people who are involved,
not according to the video where she said she started it.
Possibly 4. One person is alleged to be in a romantic relationship. I'm trying to confirm or deny. One of the 5 is a vendor with the city. So here's a foundation that the state attorney general's office has ordered them to stop accepting funds. But here's part of also the problem. Mayor Henyard participated in a vote that provided money to the foundation. Do we have that video? So that happened. So how do you then say in a meeting, I have created a foundation, and in the same meeting, you are describing what the foundation is going to do? So you give me a statement today saying I'm not involved in any of his actions or his decisions, but you said this in announcing the foundation, which describes his activities. How do you know this? Press play.
I'm really, really big on, that's dear to my heart, is I'm real big on a cancer foundation. I have created Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation, and what that entails is helping everybody within the 17 municipalities with services, such as well services.
And I said, this statement does not, first of all, the email that I sent, I said, I have some additional questions regarding the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. I laid out and I said, my understanding is that Keith Freeman is the Dalton Village manager. Does Henyard have a personal relationship with Keith Woods? Is Pamela Earhart her assistant? Is Carmen Carlisle a trustee of Thornton Township? Is William Moore the housing director at Dalton? Is Cheryl Strands a vendor with Dalton and is the official tow yard? I said, now last night, Mayor Henyard said she wasn't aware of who was behind the foundation. How can that be the case with all of these connections? Please provide me an answer. We will be doing this story tonight at 6 p.m. They responded. And I responded. This statement does not answer the questions I posed. Was Mayor Henyard aware that Dalton and Thornton Township employees created and oversaw this charity? Why did she say she was not aware who was behind this charity when every person has a tie to her? Why would she allow a charity to use her name, image, and likeness, but she have no involvement with it? She has voted for monies to be sent to the charity. The charity has used Dalton City Services.
This is
She
crazy.
has promoted the charity on her social media, personal pages, and in meetings. So how is she not aware of the goals, objectives, and business dealings of the charity?
And she took pictures for the charity.
That last one hasn't been answered. So these are the type of questions that raise doubt in the minds of people regarding the veracity of Mayor Henyard.
Now, let me just give my final thoughts on this situation, because I told y'all this is not going to be over. Let me give you all my final thoughts, and we're going to move on from there. All right? We all here, because we all familiar with what's going on with Tiffany Henyard, we all knew that she was lying. Like, this is not new news. We're not trying to figure it out. We're not trying to understand it. We already know this, right? But here's the thing about it. Here's the interesting thing about it. Tiffany, you thought, because I know you watching this right now, baby, you thought that you was going to forego the intense questioning and the deep diving and that you was going to have a softball interview because you was going to go on an incredibly liberal program called Roland Martin. Now look what happened to you. See how that worked out? See how the devil worked on your behalf? You thought that you was going to go on there. Think about what you just did. You dug yourself a deeper hole by going on Roland Martin and not coming to kick it with Anton from AntonDaniels.com. You see how that worked out for you? Every single thing that you do falls on your head, and you don't even realize. You don't even realize that now he's digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into your life. He digging into the people that you allegedly got a relationship. See, I absolved myself from this. I said, you know what? I don't care about her personal business. I don't care about her family. I don't care about who she, because see, what you don't know is that I know more than you think that I know. Oh, I know a lot. I know all of the ins and the outs. I know the spider webs. Yes, you watching this live, Andre. I know the spider webs. I know who you connected to. I know who busting you down. You don't even know what I know. I know so much about you, but because I'm a professional, I decide that I'm only going to speak on and react to what can be proven factually, and more importantly, what the news is saying. So I'll laugh about it and I'll give my opinion about it, but I largely leave you out of it, or I leave a lot of all of these personal things that you got going on out of it. I know a lot. You don't even realize how many people from your town and your camp contacted me with information about you. Listen, I know so much about you that is people around you. Listen, I know stuff about you like Terrence Bradley just did Fani Willis. Listen. Honest to God, on my father's grave, I'm not bluffing. I'm not bluffing even a little bit. I know so much about you that is people around you that's already reached out to me and they said, yo, Anton, just leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. You think you impenetrable. You think you smarter than everybody else. You think that you smart. See, listen, if I come for you, it's going to be different. I'm different. I don't have no strings on me. I don't have no sponsors that's telling me what I can't do. I don't have no control on me. What I'm telling you is that I know everything. I know the people you slept with. I know every single thing that you don't think that I know about you, but you keep fighting me. And I keep telling you, I could be your best friend. I'm the person that's saving you. I'm the person that's preventing you from really being out there because I don't want you to suffer. I want you to fix yourself. And I actually gave you a proposal. I said, listen, Tiff, all you got to say is I apologize and I'm going to do better. Y'all remember when I said that, audience? Y'all remember when I said that, audience? I said, all she got to do is say I apologize and I'm going to do better. I ain't tell her to admit guilt. I ain't tell her to do none of that. I said, listen, this is your last chance, your last opportunity. Now, I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. And so I'm not going to ever attack you personally from that perspective. But I just want you to understand the character that I have versus the people that you run into because you think that they're going to ask you some softball questions, but it's not going to be bad for you. It's bad. It's already bad. Your whole squad, everybody around you is preparing themselves and they trying to prevent themselves from being in a negative situation. And you don't realize it yet. And you're not going to figure it out until it's too late. And see, you keep talking to everybody around. I know the phone calls that you done made. I know the people that you done talked to. Listen, you don't think that they called me after you talked to them and they told me what you said? You don't think that I know? You don't think that I talked to your assistant? You don't think that I know exactly who you reached out to after I already talked? You don't think that I know what's going on around me? You think that my people ain't loyal? You think my people ain't loyal like your people ain't loyal? I got a different crew. I got a whole nother thing. Listen, this is fun for me. This is fun for me. You need to literally, honestly, and I'm tired of having these talks with you. I'm tired of having these conversations with you. I'm tired of going back and forth with you. What I am going to tell you is that I'm the only person that you got left. I'm the last thing that you got left. I'm all you got, baby. Ain't nobody on your team. You think Roland was going to not do his due diligence after he did whatever it is that he did for you? I'm all you got. I'm all you got. I'm the rich friend. Let's have tea. Let's have tea. I think we should have tea and crumpets. I know you watching. I'm telling you, I am one of the most real people ever. When I'm loyal and when you on my team, we rocking. I know everything about you. Listen, I know the people that's trying to prevent themselves from getting away from you. And you know I know what I'm talking about. You know exactly who I'm talking about. You know all of the people that I'm talking about. We know the same people right now. I know more about you through them than you know that they know about you. They know your secrets. They know what's happening with you. They know everything. Last chance. Get at me by this weekend. Talk to me by this weekend. And we can have a conversation. Let's have tea. Let's have tea. I'm going to make sure I take it. Ask my friends. Ask anybody that's ever rocked with me. They know. They know that I take care of my people. I'm definitely down. And you got my phone number too. You know my number. Call my number. Get in touch with me. Put that dumb ego down. Trust me. You digging yourself the biggest hole ever. Get at me, man. I ain't going to sit here and keep talking to you. I'm not going to keep talking to you. Get at me. You need to holler at me, man. For real. Don't let me keep... You do your thing. You do what you feel is best at this point. Make sure y'all get that Tiege Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Make sure you get that Tiege Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. The link is in the description. If y'all not a part of the Bag Chasers, go ahead and become a Bag Chaser tomorrow. I don't want you signing up today. I want you to sign up tomorrow. I don't want you sign. And look how I saved you, because I ain't said nothing about your personal situations and issues. I told your people, hey, listen, let's just hold off on that. We ain't trying to do all of that. We ain't going to go personal. We just going to keep it professional. Make sure you tap into the Patreon tomorrow. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let me read some of the super chats, and we going to continue with the show. We got to get over to this migrant crisis, man. I left the migrant crisis alone because these dudes is out here telling Terrence Bradley is telling all of the business on his business partner. It's crazy out here. I could have already done saved you. And that little bit of money that you're getting, that little township money plus your expenditures and all of that, that ain't no money, baby. I can show you what some money is. Make sure everything's taken care of. I got you. Hit me up, man. Real talk. All of the ladies love me. Hit me up. We're gonna see what you really about. When you meet me in person, it's gonna be different. When you meet me in person, it's gonna be different. You're gonna learn to love me. I promise you'll learn to love me. They all do. Chester Bean. I'm sorry. I was acting like I wasn't on a live stream. I gotta stay focused. Chester Bean says, I can't wait for her to get locked up. See, they talking about they can't wait for you to get locked up. I don't want you going to jail. Thank you for the super chat, Chester. Jones FX 426 is in the building, says she got Vlad at it. Those that talk walk the green mile. Green mile. New resident walking the green mile. Shout out to Patrick. I appreciate you, Pat. Shout out to Patrick. Don't speak with the low voice. I'm just saying, man, because I don't want her to get confused of what this is. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that. You keep thinking that's because your mind not operate. You all flustered right now because you got so much that's going on around you. That's how you got to talk. We not gonna get there. We going after hours today. Shout out to Pat. I appreciate you, big dog. Mo better. Mo better. What's up, Mo? I love that pretty face of yours. Hey, AD, I saw this video where this migrant was telling the world to come to America to have their babies so they can get good tax. Seriously? Did you send that to me? Oh, my God. Monthly checks, insurance, the whole 9 yards, and don't even have to pay their medical bills. Huh, Mo? Send that to me. Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com. Executive Suite MLE says, will Tiffany respond to the allegations of lying to Roly-Poly Martin? Find out tomorrow on the next episode of Dragon Ball T. You see that? They starting to give you nicknames, and I could save you. I ain't never really been in a position where I wanted to save a woman, but I'll make an exception for you. Chase with the beard. I know what it is. You know what it is? It's that man that's in your ear. Listen, fam. Hey, homie. You know I know who you are too, right? Let her go, bro. If you love her, let her go. I'll send her back to you. I promise you I'll send her back to you, and she's going to be 10 times up a better. I'm going to make her a better version for you. Let her go. Oh, you didn't know I knew? Let her come to Detroit, bro. I promise you I'll send her back in one package, and she's going to be better when she get back than she was before she left. Keep on being in her ear. Don't listen to him. He from Detroit. Stop, bro. You're doing too much. Chase with the beard says, if Roland would have had an Ashley Merchant working there, he would have had that info when Tiffany was right in front of his face. That's a fact, though. Keep on dirty macking. Man, don't listen to Anton. Man, girl, I got your back. Is he going to have your back? He going to put that money on your books? Shout out to Mrs. Cloud in the building. She put all of the acronyms. She says, I'm rolling on the floor laughing my mother effing baby. Yo, shout out to my girl Doc. Shout out to the doctor in the building. Rod Jones says, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Hey, little suspect. Yeah. That's what they saying, Rod. Carzell says, don't hold back no more. She don't want to be. No, I have to maintain my level of integrity. I got to maintain my integrity. I can't be out here throwing people under the bus. Wheezy F, baby. Okay. I'll be. Oh, my God, Doc. Hey, Doc, I got to talk to you over the weekend. We got some stuff we got to discuss. We got to work together on this. CMB, we all we got. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? Y'all know nothing about that scene. You gonna let her come between us? Spacer says, Tiff, told you the allegations aren't true. Okay, Tiff, we gonna talk about it because I got the tea. Kung Fu Hustler says, CMB, we all we got. Shout out to CMB. Prince Elian says, don't save her. Everybody said don't save you. I keep going against all of my bag chasers. They're going to be upset with me. Treese, Kush Renata says AD on his Wilson Fisk today. What you know about Wilson Fisk? Y'all don't know nothing about the opposite of the Punisher. You know what I'm saying? I know everything that y'all talking about. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. We got to continue, y'all. So, did y'all know that a migrant was stabbed in Harlem and the Bronx? Shout out to Class CBs. Did y'all know that it was recently? Come on, man. We got to get to it. I need to let y'all know what's going on out in these streets. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get it.
Well, more violence at the city's migrant shelters, this time at the former Lincoln Correctional Facility in Harlem, where a man was stabbed twice.
All right, Fox 5's Morgan Mackay joins us live from the scene of Morgan. This comes as the mayor is calling for changes to the city's sanctuary city law.
Is that the woman with the lisp? Like she got like a little, this girl right here, she got like a little something going on where she be talking and it kind of like a little twang to it. I don't know if she's from Nashville. I don't know if she got a little bit of a lisp or what. But I don't know. I haven't seen this one before.
You're exactly right, Steve and Natasha. But first on that stabbing at the migrant shelter here in Harlem, City Hall tells us there are security guards, but no security cameras. However, they are looking at installing additional security measures. They just recently announced that they are installing metal detectors at the migrant shelter on Randall's Island. A 24-year-old man was found stabbed twice on Wednesday at the former Lincoln Correctional Facility, currently serving as a migrant shelter.
I'm focused, Tia.
NYPD responded to a 911 call at around 11:30 a.m. and found the man stabbed in the back and abdomen. He was taken to Mount Sinai Morningside in stable condition, but the NYPD is still searching for a suspect. On Tuesday, Mayor Eric Adams spoke about...
She talking like she got like a little bit of like some tobacco in her cheeks or something like that. It's not a lisp. It's kind of like... It's something else there. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get there. We'll get there.
Other violent incidents at migrant shelters and emphasized how migrants are being forced to sit around all day without the ability to work.
All day, we have men that must sit around all day and can't work. It's amazing how calm they have been.
Right now, the Adams...
Not Mayor Adams sticking up for the migrants. Mayor Adams, you the worst ever. You the worst ever. I can't believe you. So Mayor Adams said, let's get them over here and let's get them to work. We want them in our systems and our schools. We don't want them with no documentation, but we want them to be able to work. And then you're going to sit there and support it later. It's amazing how patient they are. Well, when you're getting free room and board, healthcare coverage, schooling, and meals, I'll be patient too. They ain't even got to work for nothing. Eric.
Administration is making a strong push to change one part of the sanctuary city law. In 2014 and 2017, under former Mayor Bill de Blasio, the city council strengthened the existing sanctuary city laws by prohibiting the NYPD from alerting federal immigration officials about a migrant who has been charged with a crime.
Now, why would they do that? Of all of the different legislation, she got a thick tongue. Of all of the different legislation that you can introduce, Why would you introduce? I mean, you could practically create a law for anything at this point. So you saying that the law that they created prevents them from being able to call immigration to let them know that there's illegal immigrants in the city to be deported because they're not supposed to be there in the first place. Gotcha.
As it stands right now, the city can only alert ICE if a migrant has been convicted of a crime in certain cases. City Council Speaker Adrian Adams emphasized on Wednesday that they have no plans to make changes to the law.
These are innocent people who are fearful of partaking in community activity because of their status.
But Adams' chief counsel, Lisa Zornberg, says that a 1989 executive order issued by former Mayor Ed Koch already made clear that the city could not alert ICE about migrants who sought city services or were victims of a crime.
That original executive order recognize that people's immigration status is confidential.
Governor Kathy Hochul would not.
Bro, you can't even get out here and you could get accused of something and wind up going on a sex offenders list. You telling me I can't even know if you over here illegally? I can't even know if you a U.S. citizen? Yo, I can't even drive down the street or walk up the sidewalk without some form of identification on me. I can't drive up the street or walk down the sidewalk without some form of identification on me because it's illegal for me not to be able to identify myself in the presence of a police officer. And now you're telling me that somebody that's over here illegally have rights in this country to determine whether or not I have the ability to question whether or not they're here legally. What? You said they got FUBU over here for us, by us? Jesus Christ.
Not say if she would back Adams' push to make changes to the sanctuary city laws, but said that the state's sanctuary city policies do allow for coordination with ICE.
We do cooperate with federal authorities under our policy.
I also asked City Hall if making changes to the sanctuary city laws is something Mayor Eric Adams can do through executive action, but they said that this is a law passed through the city council, so it's a city council that will have to make the changes. Reporting live from Harlem, I'm Morgan Mackay.
Morgan Mackay, huh? All right, Morgan, we'll talk about it. Morgan Mackay. Give me a second. I'm just curious as to what Morgan thinks about this. It ain't McKay, it's Mackay. Shout out to Morgan Mackay. Interesting. We'll get there. So, in addition to that, prior to us moving on, because I wanted y'all to understand what's going on over in Harlem, this is the man that actually stabbed the white woman and murdered her in cold blood, but this is the chilling details behind it, because I want y'all to understand what's really happening over here, all right?
Gruesome new details tonight in the case of the nursing student killed while running on the University of Georgia campus, how the suspect allegedly tried to conceal her death amid major questions now about why he was in this country. Steve Osunsami in Georgia again tonight.
In arrest records, prosecutors say that this 26-year-old from Venezuela, accused of murder on the University of Georgia campus, did conceal the death of 22-year-old Laken Riley by dragging the victim to a secluded area. Riley was a cross-country runner at her old high school in the Atlanta suburbs and was a nursing student at a school near UGA when she was out running near this lake and was killed. Jose Ibarra is in a Georgia jail charged with murder tonight, and his story is adding fuel to the fire over immigration.
Mr. Ibarra has been charged with malice murder, felony murder, aggravated battery.
It's now a year and a half after authorities first arrested him for crossing the southern U.S. border unlawfully. And in that same time, federal officials say he was also arrested in New York City for a motor vehicle license violation, acting in a manner to injure a child less than 17. He was released each time. He and his brother were living in an apartment.
How do they keep releasing these people? And there's no way that that man is 26 years old at all, not even a little bit.
Building near jogging trails where Riley was killed. Prosecutors say Ibarra prevented her from making a 911 call and used an object to kill her.
This was a crime of opportunity where he saw an individual and bad things happen.
Unrelated to the murder, the suspect's brother was also arrested for having a fake green card, and the university is announcing more than $7 million in security upgrades, including better lighting and more cameras. David?
Steve Osunsami on this case in Georgia again tonight. Thank you, Steve.
And I'm just amazed that these guys continue to be able to operate without any kind. See, the thing is, we could be proactive about this, but we're 100% reactive to it. And so when something bad happens, then we want to get all sad, but we could have prevented this from happening. And whose blood is on whose hands because of this? We could have prevented this. This young woman could have possibly still had her life. But let me show you what else is going on over in New York. Y'all not even going to believe what's happening in the Bronx.
Just one day after an illegal migrant shelter was discovered at a business in Queens, a second one has been found in the Bronx.
Well, let's get right to Lizette Nunez. She joins us live from Fordham Heights with the latest on this shocking discovery. Lizette, good morning. What do we know?
Hey, Lizette.
Good morning.
Lizette.
Morning to the both of you.
Hold on, Lizette. Let me see something. Who got the baddest reporters? Is it the chicks down in Miami? Miami got a lot of y'all beat. I ain't really seen a lot happening in Chicago. I seen a couple people in Chicago. Seen a couple of them in D.C. I might have to have a runoff. I might have to have a runoff. Something about these women that be reporting the news, it'd be a little bit different. I don't know what's wrong with something is wrong with me. It's these news reporters. All right, focus, Anton. Let's go.
Yeah, these two locations are owned by that exact same owner. We're talking here in the Bronx and also as well as Queens. So the FDNY was called here because of reports of people living inside the cellar as well as e-bikes being stored here.
Nous, on va bien ici. Right. Okay. He said he don't like it here. He don't like the place, but he don't have no choice.
Through a translator, one of the migrants described what it was like living in an illegal makeshift shelter in the Bronx. This is video from inside of what appears to be a former cell phone store. The FDNY and building inspectors found 34 beds on the first floor and 11 beds in the cellar, all tightly packed together. Inspectors on scene spotted extension cords, e-bikes, space heaters, and hot plates inside of the facility. The migrants also paid rent.
How much were you paying?
300.
A vacate order was issued and the city provided buses to relocate the men to shelters. This marking the second day in a row migrants have been found housed in dangerous conditions in New York City without a permit. The owner of the space is Ibu Sar, the same person whose furniture store was raided in Queens Tuesday for the exact same thing. Sar said this in Queens on Tuesday.
Get on their feet. So that was the intention.
Maybe I'm charging them too much money, but still, you know, help them out so the people could find a place to live. They can't be in the street.
They helping each other. They helping each other. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are helping each other, and they're illegally housing each other, and they having makeshift. Yo, New York, y'all a mess. New York, y'all a mess. And he ain't even tripping. He ain't worried about it. He ain't concerned about it. He just talking. You know what he doing? He getting his money up. Where they even getting money from in the first place? Are they panhandling? So a big 300. 300. 300 times what? 40? Is that how many beds they had in there? 40 beds? And it was all bunk beds. So I don't even know if you really had 80, but it's like 40. So let's see. Let's do a little bit of math here just to make sure that we all on the same page. Because some of them might have been paying a little bit more than others, but we just going to say that's 300 times 40. So he was getting 12 bands a month. He was getting 12 bands a month. They working with each other. Okay. Shout out to New York. You getting $12,000 a month?
It's no good out here.
Neighbors were empathetic towards the migrants, understanding that housing is a challenge as the city continues to grapple with the migrant crisis.
Honestly, it's not fair. That's how I'm looking at it. Y'all not doing that with the other migrants that's attacking people. They're not attacking nobody. They're making a living.
You see now? You see how it then changes? Y'all see how that plays out? So now it goes from, oh man, they shouldn't be here, to now they starting to have a conversation and say, listen, it ain't fair that y'all treating them like this. They making a living. Look at this. Look, y'all not doing that to the other migrants. Leave these migrants alone. Let them house each other. Let them take care of each other. Let them hold up. Let them illegally do what they want to do when they want to do it, because it's not fair. It's always going to be under the guise of it's not fair. Every time the guise is going to be, oh, let me pull on your heartstrings and then let me compare it to some people that's doing it illegally somewhere else and say, oh, it's not fair. I don't believe that you should be treating these people like this. They have rights too. They have rights too.
With the migrant crisis.
Honestly, it's not fair. That's how I'm looking at it. Y'all not doing that with the other migrants that's attacking people. They're not attacking nobody. They're making a living.
Are y'all convinced that we doomed yet or no? Or do y'all need some more convincing? Are y'all convinced that we doomed yet? Because Kamala Harris is the border czar, and that's why we got her at the bottom of the screen. Or no? All right, we'll get there. We'll get there. Let me read a couple of super chats, and then we're going to get there. Because y'all not convinced yet. Spaces, I'm watching you in the chat. Classy Beats, you're the GOAT, AD. I appreciate you. Salute. I don't know. Am I the GOAT? I don't know if I've been doing it long enough to be considered GOAT status. I appreciate the love, though. Boss Lynch says Nathan should have pulled a Me Too on Fani. He could have got paid, and he played the victim. No, because they thought that they were smarter than the rest of us. Pookie's friend Ray Ray, but I heard Nathan Wade was busting down a lot of people that was inside of the office. Yeah. Pookie's friend Ray Ray says, migrants jacked me for my truck last night. I'm down and will be out of the game for a while. Oh, my God. I wish I knew who this guy was in real life. Ken J says, I now identify as a migrant. Well, you can also identify differently and play on a girls basketball team and bully them too. Ken Thomas says, I'm blessed to have an hour lunch break so I can listen to the Millionaire Morning Show to recharge my battery and get back to that bag. Climbing the corporate ladder to the top because the bottom is too crowded. Talk about it. Let's get that bag, big dog. A Black Beauty is in the building and says, why are they only shutting down West Africans? Oh, man. Now y'all starting to divide yourselves against the migrant crisis, and y'all separating by color now. Black Beauty, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, baby girl. But I think y'all need some more convincing. Y'all have not fully gotten it yet. You don't understand what's really happening in your cities. You don't really know when you're not really grasping what's going to happen and how you're going to be displaced. So it's my job, and I have to take this opportunity to educate you because I want y'all to be aware of what's happening over in New York and the rest of the cities, including over in San Diego.
The New York City Council tonight saying no way to Mayor Adams' plan to redefine what is a sanctuary city.
The mayor has carried the political weight of battling a migrant crisis in New York City for nearly 2 years. But now, billions of dollars later, and assaults on cops as well, the mayor's more than worried about its impact on New York.
So what now? Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles live in Lower Manhattan outside City Hall. Darla?
Sandra, again, Mayor Adams is taking a look at the city's sanctuary laws to address the migrant crisis. This time, he's focused on crime and public safety and the city's ability to collaborate with ICE to address those issues. But speaking with the City Council Speaker earlier today, she says it's a non-starter, that jobs is the answer, not jail.
We are not considering changes to laws. These laws have been in effect for decades.
New York City Council Speaker Adrienne Adams Wednesday standing behind the city's sanctuary laws, saying they were enacted.
Hold on, let me back up for a minute. I'm always looking for context clues. So I got two questions as we go through this. Number one, I'm wondering if this woman is at some point going to come from Eric Adams' job. Because whenever I see a city council person start to stand at the podium and start to talk in order, to do it in front of a news conference, I'm always wondering what the intentions are. That's number one. Number two, who is this woman on the right hand side or her left hand side, but on the right hand side of the screen? Who is this woman? Ghost of Christmas Past. Who are these random people that be on the screen? It is crazy out here in these streets. Yeah, Detroit is pretty awesome right now, Rubber Butler. I'm sorry. You probably should get familiar.
Adrian Adams Wednesday, standing behind the city's sanctuary laws, saying they were enacted for a reason, to protect innocent immigrants who historically have felt threatened because of their status.
If the council were to change things, it would impact more people, I believe, negatively than a small fraction of what we are looking at right now.
In recent weeks, a small fraction of migrants arrested for high-profile violent crimes. Mayor Adams yesterday saying these incidents should be reported to ICE, but the city can't under the long-standing sanctuary laws.
We can't have these small number of migrants and asylum
It's not a small number, sir.
seekers that have identified that they're going to be dangerous, hide under the law that there's nothing you can do about it because you cannot tell ICE.
Speaker Adams saying collaborating with ICE is not the answer.
People are penned up in Hercs, in other places, in respite centers, whatever we want to call them, these places with different policies with nothing to do. For me, it's going to be the work status.
You like that, Sharon or Sharon?
Party leader Joe Borelli siding with Mayor Adams.
We are introducing a bill, a total repeal of the 2011, 2014, 2017 sanctuary city laws. I don't anticipate much support from the other side, unfortunately. They should come back with their own new version of the city's sanctuary city in non-compliance with ICE rules that allows the mayor to properly get people out of here who are committing violent and repeated crimes.
Why would they want to, and I'm no Eric Adams fan, but why would they not want to get rid of the people that's actually not supposed to be here and or place emphasis on the ones that's doing all of the violent crime? You can't beat up a police officer because it doesn't even show support for your own police force. How can they have confidence in being able to do their job when you don't have any confidence in them? If you have some of the worst amongst you and you can't even call ICE to deport them, what kind of nonsense is that?
As for Governor Hochul,
this is a city rule. City council are the ones that he has to work with. I'm going to continue defending and working under the state law.
And I don't like that woman either. But let me flip this for a second and give you an update, because Eric Adams actually gave an interview and he was giving his thoughts on what was going on with the migrant crisis and also why they should change the sanctuary status for the city itself. Take a look. Oh, what happened? I guess God didn't want me to talk about how bad Eric Adams was not able to read. But on the flip side, San Diego County, which is the basic county that I've been talking about over the last few days, that's basically had a whole lot of migrants coming into it based off of a TikTok location and all of the people was telling you where to go. And then they also started dropping off migrants in the middle of nowhere at bus stops because they was running out of money. They're considering asking Biden to close the borders. All right, before we get into this video, why would I consider asking somebody to do their job? Why would I consider asking somebody to do their job?
Tensions are rising along the southern border as cash-strapped and overwhelmed San Diego County is forced to shut down a temporary migrant center. We've really put a spotlight on this story because that move is now sending thousands of these migrants into the community, with major concerns now mounting over how they're vetted. What does that process look like? The $6 million in county funding used to operate the shelter was supposed to last another month, but now local board members are scrambling over next steps to take. Jorge Ventura is live for us in San Diego this morning. Jorge, you have a lot of nervous people living in that area. What are officials hoping for?
Yeah, that's right, Mark. I'm actually at one of the transit centers where later today more migrants will be street released. And as of right now, county officials are debating on whether to ask President Biden to shut down the border here in San Diego in order just to prevent any of these more migrant street releases. And leaders here are feeling the pressure once their local migrant center has forced to close its doors when the county ran out of funds. Now, local supervisor Jim Desmond telling News Nation that since Friday, over 2,000 migrants have been street released into the community. Predominantly single men have been released by Border Patrol agents, and it was a center of much debate during a border supervisors meeting on Tuesday. And residents are expressing concerns over public safety and what steps the county should take next.
Should have their dignity and their humanity respected, regardless of how they got here or when they got here.
Your government is using your money to arm progressive nonprofit organizations that weaken America and steal resources from Americans who need them.
Here's my question. As we go through this, I had to get another water. Here's my other question, right? They talking about millions of dollars. Yeah, we all just forgot about that, Dame. Hey, they talking about millions of dollars like we talking about pennies. Millions of dollars. Every day. I wish we had a counter the same way that we have a counter to see what the national debt is continuing to go up every day. They talking about millions of dollars like we just talking about pennies, like we just throwing away money and it's not really that big of a deal. This is millions of dollars that they're allocating and dedicating to a migrant crisis all across the United States of America. And I'm not just talking about in one space. New York spending hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Chicago, hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Boston, Atlanta, San Diego just ran out of $6 million like it wasn't no big deal. $6 million. No, let me say that again. $6 million. Who are the people that's really getting rich from this migrant crisis? Where's all of this money going? 6 million there, 100 million here, 80 million there, just baboosh. Cause look, they saying it and they be like, oh man, we ran out of $6 million. Who are the people that's getting rich off the migrant crisis? Why are we not asking those questions? Okay, well, where'd you spend the $6 million on? Transportation costs, food. You spent $6 million? Just like that. $100 million? Chicago said they spending $30 million a month. $30 million a month? $30 million a month? How you spending 30 M's a month? On what? On what? Who are these contractors? We ain't seen not one contractor. Then y'all start asking the real questions and y'all start trying to figure out. See, this is why they say money, real money is quiet. See, you didn't ask why real money is quiet. It's not that they want to be quiet. It's because they want to make sure that they protect the bag. See, if you start seeing a dude that's showing out money, people start asking questions. I remember it was a guy that was at an NBA game all the time, and they started to remember World Wide West, and Jay-Z rapped about him at one point. Once he started to become real popular, it used to be a guy that used to be at the NBA games or whatever. And you know, who is he? Why is he always courtside, or why is he always shaking hands with this person and that person, whatever, so on and so forth? Because when you start identifying certain people and you start looking up their background and you realize how they got rich, like, oh, that wasn't kosher. How did he get that contract? Oh, he knew this person, or he was this person's son, or he started this type of company. Man, a lot of these people, they don't be smarter than you. They don't have better business acumen than you. They're not better than you. Listen, some of the people that I've known that have gotten rich, they just was in the right space at the right time and they knew where to put the money at. They knew who to invest in to ultimately get the right contracts. The government listen, we talk about Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, all these companies. The government make more people rich with these government contracts. And I ain't just talking about IT either. With these government contracts, man, listen, billions and billions and billions of dollars has been spent on this migrant crisis. Now, the thing that I'm always trying to figure out is, okay, well, who got the money? Because I ain't got none of it. I know ain't none of y'all got none of it. Is somebody that's watching this, ghost watching this, that got some of it? I know Pookie's friend Ray, he making runs back and forth to the border and stuff. Who are these people? Where's all of these billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars going? They signed contracts, yeah, we're going to give $60 billion over to Ukraine. So how did that work? Was that just like a wire? Did you wire it over? Did the bank charge you a fee for that? Who was the banking agent that you contacted that wired $60 billion? And what bank was it sent in when you sent it to him? I'm just curious. Honestly, I would love to know how this stuff works. I'll be so confused. And I know I'm a C student. I know I'm not room 9, but I'm definitely a C student. I was right there above it. But I'm always trying to figure out, like, what do you mean? So the razor wire companies, they get they cut. It's not going to the wall of the border agents, nurse and staffing company. We started digging into the money for a minute there. Then they was like, we're going to stop reporting on that. Who made the phone call? That's all I'm wondering.
Officials deciding to approve a plan to develop a long-term migrant transfer site and to secure federal funding for it. Supervisors also proposed sending a letter of support for a bipartisan immigration reform bill aimed at addressing border issues. Now, despite the motion's passage, Supervisor Desmond is disappointed in that vote.
This federally funded long-term shelter here is just being complicit with the federal government and the current mess and the fact that they're not upholding the current laws. They're making this mess. I do not want to be complicit in a system, in a symptom of a failed and broken system.
I think that Eric Daniels, you might have said the first thing that I actually 100% agree with you. Eric Daniels says, let me pull this up real quick. Where you at, Eric? You might have finally made some sense. Finally. Of all of the things that you said, you might have finally caught a break. Where is Eric? I always can spot the profile picture. No, not that part. Not that part, Eric. You says, let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I can. Basically, he said that secretly behind closed doors, neither party really want the migrant crisis to end. This is what he said. He says, behind closed doors, neither side wants to end the migrant issue because everybody getting rich. Because everybody is getting rich. And so, Eric, you know that I don't believe in censoring nobody as long as they remain relatively respectful and it don't get super crazy or disrespectful. So Eric actually says a lot of things that I disagree with, but I think that he's right on this one issue. See, one thing that y'all are going to start to realize is that they seem like they all on opposing sides. The only person that I think really got true enemies is Trump. That's it. I think that Trump really got true enemies because I don't think that Trump has an alliance with anybody that's in the federal government. But in the real life, they all kick it with each other. They all friends. They all go to each other's bar mitzvahs. They all got rich together. I believe these people are dirty. I genuinely believe that these people are just dirty all across the board. I don't think that any of them truly have our best interests at heart. And they all friends. Like, they all really friends. They all hang out with each other. They just can't do it in front of you. I get frustrated sometimes. Let me read a couple of super chats, and then we're going to get to one more thing. Kung Fu Hustler says, one big money laundering scheme. Agreed. Courtney Smith says, along with Eric Adams, Tiffany Henyard can barely read either. Talking about alizations. Shout out to Courtney Smith. Let me also make sure that I got to acknowledge all of the other people that's out here in these streets, man, because I got to take care of the people. Shout out to Janet Jefferson. Says she got this 10 ball for supporting the channel. Dang, Janet, you so gorgeous. Janet, you is gorgeous. You is gorgeous. You are gorgeous, Janet. Janet, you gorgeous. I know this is on Cash App, but I had to pull up the picture. Janet is. I got some gorgeous women that watch the Millionaire Morning Show. I got some gorgeous women that watch the Millionaire Morning Show. I said, this woman is absolutely stunning. Shout out to Janet. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. One more thing that I want to talk about real quick before we... Actually, I had two more things, but I'll be going a little longer. That's why I wanted to get started with the show. One more thing that I wanted to talk about. It's 11:11. It's only 11:11 where you at. It's 2:11 where I am. I seen this article where somebody bought a $2 million home. Y'all keep telling me to stay focused. I can't stay focused. Somebody bought a $2 million home, and then they wind up having squatters in there that they can't get removed. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon tomorrow. First day of the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let's get it. Y'all some gorgeous
It shouldn't
ones.
be a problem. And it becomes a nightmare. A total nightmare.
Buying a dream home turned into a nightmare. You heard him. For this family from Queens. The house came with something the new owners did not bargain for. A squatter. More than 4 months after purchasing that home, the family says they still can't go inside. And they've faced roadblock after roadblock trying to get the man who is staying there out. Investigative reporter Dan Kraut joins us now with more.
Sandra, the family says they've had...
Can somebody in the chat, before I play this article, can somebody in the chat help me to understand what squatters' rights are? Let's do a little bit of research, because I got to understand this for myself. Hold on. Squatters' rights. I just want to understand what this is. How do squatters' rights work? And what city is this? What are they talking about? I don't know where this is. But I guess that squatters' rights differ depending on where you are. All right, everything you need to know about squatters' rights. All right, let me just pull this up before I play the article, because I think that we need to get some understanding of what we're dealing with right here. So this is squatters' rights, everything you need to know about squatters' rights in 2024. And in any scenario, it is more frustrating than those who overstay their welcome as long after the scheduled time to leave and that even show up unannounced. This is especially true learning how to be a landlord and you discover a squatter camped on your property. First instinct may be to force them out, but it may be difficult if they have squatters' rights. Without landlord insurance and legal help, you're stuck wondering what your options are. All right, cool. A squatter is somebody who lives on a land or a property that they don't own any deeds to or legal claim, and squatters have no permission to be there as long as they're not paying the landlord. This should not be confused with the term trespasser. That's exactly what it is. It's trespassing. Though similar, a trespasser enters a property unlawfully for a brief period. States consider squatting a civic issue. What? And it's different because they enter but intend on not exiting the premises. It may seem like a straightforward issue, but it can be resolved by kicking a person out by physical force or other methods. However, if not handled correctly with proper steps, this situation can lead to the property being stripped from the landlord's possession and into the hands of the squatters. Some laws protect squatters and thus need to be handled quickly and by the book. Squatters have the claimed properties as far back as the medieval period, and then sometimes squatter claims can be property gain approval if they built their home within one night. The nightmare scenario no longer exists in the U.S. and policies are in place to due process. The right deters landlords and owners from taking the law into their own hands. Without these rights, landlords could justify the mistreatment of tenants, and vigilante justice will spill into other parts of society. All right, so these are primarily the squatters' rights. Squatters must have continuous possession of the land or the property. Each state has its own laws regarding squatters' rights and a length of time between 5 and 20 years. They must reside on the property to claim it. So you could just take somebody else's property if you there and you able to get there and hang out there for long enough without them being able to identify you there. And that just means that you automatically get claim to the property. That's crazy. Furthermore, squatters must abide by the common laws of the doctrine as follows. Squatters must have continuous possession of the land and the property. Hostile possession, a squatter did not gain possession of the property. Open possession that is not in secret, meaning that they there, you just don't know that they're a squatter. Actual possession, the landlord has cause for trespassing. And exclusive ownership, the squatter acts as if the property is their own. In short, a person can claim squatter's rights if they have openly taken residency on your land without permission and pay taxes on the land. All of these increase their chances of being awarded the land that was once yours. Wow. Now I got to get fleeced for landlord insurance. This is dumb. As though we not getting fleeced enough. All right, let me get back to the story.
No choice but to take the man living inside their home to court. And despite having hearing after hearing, they still haven't been able to move in.
It has just taken over everything.
Susanna and Joseph Landa bought what they thought was their dream retirement home in Douglaston, Queens.
We're looking to hopefully retire and most of all provide for my son, Alex, who has Down syndrome. He has a disability.
The new house is right next door to family members.
I just want to know that I can die tomorrow when he's next to his brother.
They signed the deed back in October. And then what happens?
The nightmare begins.
The house came with something unexpected. A man living in their home who they say refuses to leave.
We couldn't believe it. We could not believe it.
His name's Brett Flores.
They cannot come here early when I'm not here. They have keys. They're the owner.
This is what happened when the Landas tried to enter with an insurance inspector. They say Flores called the cops on them, even though they say they gave him 10-day notice.
He wasn't a renter.
Never.
You didn't sign documents that said, we have a tenant.
Correct.
Court documents detail in Flores' own words why he's there. A signed statement says he was hired by the former homeowner as his caretaker, was paid $3,000 a week, and his employment ended in January of last year when the man died. He claims he has a license to stay in the house from the previous owner.
What a lot of people don't realize is in New York, squatters have rights after 30 days.
30 days. How can you have rights if you have no lease, you're not paying rent? So what is your right?
Not only...
So he was finessing whoever it was that he was taking care of for $12,000 a month, $3,000 a week, $12,000 a month, almost $150,000 a year. And then when the guy died, you say, all right, cool, I'm going to just keep staying here. And that's the end of the conversation, even though they sold the home. So after 30 days in New York, hey, somebody remind me to never buy a property in New York and never buy a property in California. Never buy a property in New York and never buy a property in California. Now, down in Mississippi and Alabama, they don't play that nonsense. Down in Mississippi and Alabama, they don't play that. We're going to get you on up out of there. You're not going to be in here trying to squat and taking over property that you know is not yours. Sir, do you have a deed? Do you have a leash? Are you paying rent? Are you 30 days behind on your rent? Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get your removal out of the property. You are now designated as an illegal migrant, and you do not have asylum-seeking privileges and rights on this property, okay? So, I don't know. I see 757 Kane. He's in the chat, and he's saying that in Atlanta, that they got some extensive squatter rights and that they can do what they want to do. Now, here in Mississippi and Alabama, we don't listen to what they got going over there in Atlanta. And I know that Atlanta, there's a lot of scammers over there anyway. So what we going to do over here in Mississippi, and I can't wait to get myself down to Biloxi because I'm going to be staying at the Beau Rivage and they treat me like a celebrity and like a king over there. What we're going to do over here in Mississippi and Alabama, oh, that's a perk that lives in Oklahoma also. Okay, I hear you. I got you. What we're going to do over here in Mississippi and Alabama is we're going to remove you out of the premises, and we're going to make sure that you go ahead and get your exit papers before we arrest you. Now, you can stick around by the time that we get your last couch out, we're going to arrest you. But if you don't pay what it is that you got going on in Arkansas, they said that that's a misdemeanor. Okay, I like what Arkansas got going on down there also. If you don't get yourself removed from this property by the time that we get this last couch out here, we're going to go ahead and put the metal bracelets on you. Because I don't know what they got going on over in New York, but this is definitely not something that we got going on over here in Arkansas.
Has Flores been living there? They claim he listed the home online to rent rooms to other people. The only way to try and get him out? They're taking him to landlord-tenant court, trying to get him evicted.
We have had already 5 hearings at civil court.
He shows up, no attorney.
If it's not one excuse, is another excuse.
He filed the bankruptcy. So that prevents everything from going forward.
Meanwhile, they've been paying all the bills.
Hey, look at this. He got cameras. He got solar. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Look at this dude and how he living.
Leaving windows wide open 24 hours.
Including thousands of dollars in utilities.
It makes me feel completely forgotten in the legal system. Not able to do.
They got to pay utility bills too? Hold on.
The only way to try and get him out? They're taking him to landlord-tenant court, trying to get him evicted.
We have had already 5 hearings at civil court.
He shows up, no attorney.
If it's not one excuse, is another excuse.
He filed the bankruptcy. So that prevents everything from going forward.
Meanwhile, they've been paying all the bills.
Leaving windows wide open 24 hours.
Including thousands of dollars in utilities.
It makes me feel completely forgotten in the legal system. Not able to do anything.
As for Flores, no one answered the door. He did answer the phone.
I'm doing my best to try to get your side of the story, so you're telling me to call your attorney?
An attorney who told me
you're going to settle it through the court system.
No comment.
Our system is broken. We have no rights. We have no rights at all. Nothing, zero.
And this issue may not be resolved anytime soon. The next court hearing for this case isn't scheduled until April.
I know somebody that can get him out of there for y'all. Yeah. They got to holler at me. Hey, sir. You over there paying $2,400 utility bills? I know somebody that can fix that. Absolutely. Listen. When you get in touch with them, you can't tell them that you know me. If you tell them that you know me, if you sit there and you tell the police that I said anything, I'm going to act like I don't know you and I'm going to deny it. I'm just telling you right away. But you're going to have to get in touch with me. I know somebody that can fix that for you. Yeah, I know somebody that can fix that for you. Nah, lawyer? Nah. We call him the equalizer. You know what I'm saying? He going to go ahead and make sure this is 100% taken care of. We're not going to worry about it. That is the craziest thing ever. What do you mean? How do you have a right to take over my property? What would I do? Call the equalizer? I know somebody that I know somebody that can fix that. We're not going to sit here and talk about it. We're not going to go back and forth. I know somebody that can fix that. You renting out my rooms too? Nah. And then somebody going to call me and say, Anton, this is why you can't have vigilante justice. Man, if you don't get on out of my face, I'm going to fix what I got to fix and we're going to get this taken care of. What up, Jakester? Robert McCall. We call him Robert. We call him Rob, the Rob Report. Yeah, we do. What up, Jakester? Says, I got your back. What up? He dropped me that super sticker. Thank you, Jakester. You're very much appreciated. Mr. Maximus, he's back. He says, I was going to evict the migrant squatter from my rental last week, but she answered the door. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. I think that every city in town needs a Robert McCall. Enforcer 2K9 says, yo, why am I wasting my money paying rent? Because we all suckers. Don't pay my rent and see what happened. LLC says anti-squatter laws are similar to the doctrine of discovery America was founded on. Columbus says finders keepers. I don't care who was here already. That's why we all get to stay here. Oh, well, that's why we got vigilantes. And I don't advocate for vigilante justice, but I do know a Robert McCall or two that's in the area. Anyways, neither here nor there. I would love to do another story I would love to do another story. But I got a meeting in 5 minutes that I don't want to be late to. You know, my Thursday 2:30 meeting, 2:30 p.m. Eastern meeting, I just got a bonus check. I can't not show up to the meeting or I got to show up late. I'm going to prepare for my meeting. And I'm going to make sure that I'm really, really on time with it. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You guys are the greatest audience on earth. Messi, what up, though? Make sure y'all tuning in for After Hours tonight. You know Thursdays is mine, right? Thursdays is mine. It's After Hours tonight. I love y'all. Did y'all get them blessings that was in the beginning of the show? If you have not, make sure you rewind the show. You save this one, and you get them blessings. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. The first of the month, the beginning of the month, is the best day for you to join the Bag Chasers in the Patreon because we got Stock Club that's coming up this weekend, and I think that it's going to be awesome, all right? Yeah, they sent me that bonus check. I said, all right, I'm going to go ahead and come to the meeting, and I'm going to be on time today since they're going to be waiting for me. Is Anton in yet? It was another article that I wanted to do today, but it looks like I'm going to be doing an extra article tomorrow as a result of it. So I can't, Messi. I got to get to this meeting. They sent me that 5-figure bonus check today. I said, all right, I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I got to go get this money, y'all. Bag chasers. We don't fumble. No bags. Let's go get it. I love y'all. We're going to do an extra article tomorrow. Peace.